everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for Kitty Cat, please. For you where you are. Happy... Must be Friday. It's not Friday, I've made mistakes today. I want to thank Solusimpar for the gift subs and Reedling for the gift subs. I haven't made my tea yet, but I'm gonna. And she's already on the prowl trying to drink. It's not, you don't even drink tea, you're a kitty cat. You say meow and you take naps, you don't drink tea. You drink water. She does like to still water out of the cups. Today is Friday, that is good, that's good news, I think. That sounds like a good idea to me. Welcome to the beginning of your weekend if it begins on a Friday. Kid, you're so pretty. You have such a pretty face. Hi Hazel and Miss Kira. She's a sophisticated kitty cat. Happy Friday. Started leveling up a druid because that tier 2 set is so good. I want it. Nice. Yay. I should probably... Let's see. You know what I should do before I do anything else in game today? Is just go to the Darkmoon Fair before I forget because it ends soon. I need to do profession stuff there and I should probably pick up a rep buff. I don't want to because I'm dumb. I'll do it. Especially because I'm going to be doing, I think I'm going to be doing side quests today, although it does sound kind of comfy to just fly around and pick flowers. Gathering sounds pretty good, but I'll probably do side quests today and then I can get the Darkmoon Fair rep bonus on my side quests and stuff. Confused about the concept of tier sets. I could explain the basic concept of tier sets in general, but if you're looking for more specific about what's coming in the anniversary event, then I don't know. Generally, a tier set is a special armor set that each class has the ability to earn in a given season. And once upon a time, they were only as raid drops, and nowadays we can get them from a few different things, including turning current season gear into tier through the Catalyst. It'll have a special appearance that is class specific. So we can actually, in our appearance journal, look at the, we can look at the tier set for, let's see, where's Priest? No, that's season 1, there we go. So this is Priest tier for this upcoming season, or this one that we're about to start. And there will also be a set bonus, which is you get 1 bonus to combat for wearing 2 pieces, and you get a second bonus of 4 pieces. That will be specific to your spec. But if you change specs, you'll get the bonus for the other spec. It'll swap with you. Did you see the new Shaman Ascendance forms? They look interesting. Yeah, we watched them on the video yesterday together. I like them. I think they look really cool. They remind me of the witches from Drustvar. I think they're neat. Oh, kitty cat, careful, sweetie. Oh, Kitty, I should go get that potted tea. Do you think you could hold down the stream for a second? The number in the tier indicates basically order that they came out in. So tier 2 would have originally been from like the second raid tier, or at least the second one that they ever did tier 4. The numbers are kind of not obsolete now, but we don't really count them anymore. I don't remember when the last time we stopped counting them up was, but at a certain point it just became like 1, 2, 3 for each expansion. So like Dragonflight tier, Dragonflight season 2, 3, 4, whatever. I don't think we're counting in like the 27s. Number too big. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna get an auctionator scan going, and I'm gonna go make sure that my tea is steeping, because I need something. I got the room a little chilly last night because it's gonna get hot today, and I needed to like pre-cool it, but I'm gonna be cold, so I need something hot to drink. I will be right back. One sec. There's too many things in my hands. Put these down over here. Put this down over here. 1 minute. I don't really know why I did an auctionator scan. It's just kind of like a reflex. It's just something that you do when you're at your computer. Do I have any new orders that I need to be worrying about? I finally started putting in enchanting points into the glamours because of crafting orders specifically. Oh, I need to do my oh, you later, kitty cat. I need to do my discovery, my meticulous experimentation. Acuity, alchemy knowledge. I don't know Reborn Cheetah. but I would like to discover it. So I need to be experimenting with Aerothorus Spear will work. But yeah, acuity is important. They want a 3rd rank of these. If I do... I still can't get... No, I would need alchemy concentration. I don't... Such a... I'm on a concentration budget, okay? We only have so much. What was I doing? I was going to get some Aerothorus Spear to do meticulous experimentation. Then I was going to hit up the Darkmoon Fair to do the profession quest and to get the rep buff for some side questing. Oh, I sold a green just now, or a blue or something. That's cool. 3,000 gold I get to keep. I wanted some Aerothorus Spear. I don't know if it matters what quality you do the experimentation at. I'm going to go ahead and assume that in terms of discoveries, it does not. But, you know, if I'm wrong, then... Oops. Hi. Hi. How you doing? Leveling my earthen in Val'sharok. Get caught in every single tree when dragon riding. Oh man, that is a good dense forest of its own. Started off with enchanting and tailoring. Drop tailoring for alchemy a weekend. Feel way behind. I don't know. I've had alchemy since the beginning, and I still don't feel like I'm able to do anything with it. I'm just hoping it'll feel better later. I've actually been having more success with enchanting. Well, no. Meticulous experimentation. So I need more catalyst, which means I need to neutralize some stuff. I just buy Cave Dweller's Delight, but there's probably a better thing to buy because you get more catalyst for neutralizing higher value items. Flasks do really well. So there's probably like a calculation as to what's most efficient, but this is pretty reasonable, so we just do this. I'll give some rep for discovery. I like that you, at least with meticulous experimentation, you pretty much... It hasn't let me down yet. It hasn't failed. I've discovered something every time. Alright, we're hoping for Reborn Cheetah. We got Grotesque Vial. Ooh, that's good too, actually, because I had, well, first of all, it's a first craft, so we can get a knowledge point for that, but also I had a couple of crafting orders for those. And they're both for 30 acuity, and they only need to be in silver quality. So let's plan to make 2 of those. What are they providing for me? Nothing. Nothing. All right. You have to go into the patron orders expecting to spend gold. It's basically like you're buying acuity. And then if you get anything good out of the, if you get anything good from the other reward, then that's nice. But 30 acuity is nothing to sniff at, so if I want to guarantee silver, what if we do this? No. We will guarantee silver if we do that. The golden vials are really expensive. Can we do it with copper vials but gold of the rest of the mats? No. Alright, what about silver vials and gold of the rest of the mats? Yes. Okay. Let's plan for that. Let's plan to make two of those because we have to do 2 work orders for it. So I'm going to need to track that. Silver, gold herbs, and then silver vials. And then we're just not going to do the math as to what this is going to cost. So we'll need 2 of these. Do a little shopping. Gilded vials. I want 10 of these. It's only 2,000 gold. What are you going to do? 24 of the gold ones of these. And then 8 gold lore drops. And 8 Aerothorus Spear. It's not so bad. That's not going to ruin me. I may financially recover from this. I wish we could do work orders from the Warband Bank. Can you not? That surprises me. I figured you'd be able to craft from it the same way that you could, well, craft from it. Trying a Drakthir Priest in the PTR. Visage form is so nice, fun to customize. They have amazing options. Tailoring's really easy money. Spend an hour doing a 2x4 farm. Oh, nice. Focus all my skill points and finding cloth. Fellow Holy Priest player knows if I can hide the glowing eye aura. I haven't figured out how yet. I would also maybe like to know. I'm enjoying it for now, but I think eventually I'm going to get real sick of it. So let's do this. Let's specify these. This. You can use the use best quality reagents button, but I find it doesn't always quite do what I'm looking for. This is going to give me a point, which we like. We like our first craft point. Do that. I'm basically just trying to max out mastery because that's going to give me skill points that are valid towards everything, which seems just like efficient use of knowledge. And then let's do it again for some more acuity. I forget what my next stop on the acuity journey was. There's a few different options. You can save it for blue quality profession equipment. If you do a tool, that's going to give you an extra 10 skill compared to the green one, even if it's poor quality. You could use it to buy knowledge points. I haven't bought any of the alchemist ones yet, so some of those would be a bit cheap. Or for enchanting, that would get me past my little roadblock here. If I get 2 more rep with oh no, you guys can't see what I'm looking at here. I should move this weaker so you guys can see it better. And also I should add a command so that people can there we go. I should add a command so that you know what? I have an extra weak core that I actually don't need. This is redundant. Juicy Snug Bubble, thank you for the 19-month resub. Yeah, Harmonious Horticulture are very expensive, I agree. Healed many heroics? Currently a wide variety of experiences. I haven't done any in the last couple of days, no. I did a few heroics, gosh, like a week ago maybe? Yeah, no, I've just been doing professions and side quests. It's been so much fun. It's hard for me to stop because I'm having a good time. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Saga, thank you very much. That would be very helpful. I'll paste the Wego link so that you have it here. So that's the knowledge point tracker. Yeah. Cuz I was looking at enchanting. I could buy that. There's one more left in the vendor, but I think it's going to be like quite expensive. If I do alchemy, I get like a 50 acuity refund, but I don't know if I'm that hard up for alchemy knowledge. Alchemy knowledge will certainly help, and the higher I get it, the less concentration I need to get through my crafting order, so that'll be kind of nice. But I don't know, man. Okay, what was I gonna do? I was gonna go to the Darkmoon Fair. Speaking of acuity, I was gonna go to the Darkmoon Fair. Let's go to Stormwind. I think there's portals over here. Professions feel so much better in the War Within compared to Dragonflight. Yeah. Log in, pick herbs, mine for a good 3 hours, then level an alt for a bit. That's all. I mean, that's the life. I've been herbing for like 10 minutes at a time because that's kind of what I can scrape right now. And I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go take a break. I'm gonna go herb for 10 minutes of this True Sight flask, and I'll do that, and then I'll sell everything that I got, and it'll be like, I don't know, 5k gold. And I'll be like, for me, I get to keep that. It's fun, man. Plus, I've been spending that gold on that same gathering character to get... I just got her a blue quality herbalism tool crafted. Not in a terribly good quality. I'll have to get it recrafted later, but for now I just wanted the extra herb skill in general, and I wanted to guarantee a finesse one because I had a deafness green tool, and then I wanted to put like a good finesse enchant on it. So I'm excited to go herbing again with that because I haven't been herbing since I got it, and I want to see how all the extra finesse feels. It's going to be so fun. Ratfink, thank you for giving out some gift subs. And Digital Dave, thanks for the 1-year resub. Appreciate it very much. Wild how much prices have already dropped second week. Still missing the leak, but I think got all the other mog. Chipping away at the Sea Spark quests. Nice. One day I'll get caught up with that. I want to do... It's just so hard for me to not... Professions are so fun, so that's just kind of... I'm just kind of letting them take me, you know? It's so satisfying. It's... Oh, I might have some stuff to cancel. I know I just spent some gold, but I feel like I should be richer than this. I feel like I'm missing, I don't know, 50k gold. Yeah, sure am. It's almost, I'm missing 70k gold. I should repost these guys.
If you find anything exotic,
Caught a spawn of a rare drop the item to start the quest. Tagged it seconds before the group nuked it. Nice. Congratulations. Everybody looking forward to a lovely weekend. We have muggy weather here. It has been hot and humid. It is sticky. It is damp. You feel like you're breathing steam. And I can close my eyes and pretend I'm in Florida. which is fun as a novelty for a couple days, but you know, may eventually lose its shine a bit. I'm looking for profession. Oh, I should have bought this stuff. I do this every time. I know what's involved in the profession quest. The enchanting one is easy, but the alchemy one you want to buy some like moonberry juice. I wonder if they can. I mean, I can get it back in town. They wanted me to have what? Moonberry juice and fizzy fair drink. Don't mind me. It's not like I've been doing this for like a million years. I usually do have alchemy. So, this is generally speaking the profession quest I end up going for. And we can grab the enchanting one over here. I should do this on my gatherer as well, my hunter that I've been leveling. I feel like it would be good, even just for like a couple of free knowledge points, to come do the profession quests, because doing these will get you skill up, which is great if you're still working on skill ups. I am done with those, but you'll get 3 knowledge, which is kind of awesome. Like that's hard to ignore. Am I gonna? No, I'm just gonna buy it because I am that lazy. 5 moonberry juice, please. Bartender, thank you. Yeah, 75 silver. I think we can swing it. Plus, I wanted to check my mail anyways so that I could repost my enchants that I was trying to sell. This quest on Sunday, it gave me Dragonflight skill points. No! Hang on. Kazalgar, okay. I wonder why that happened to you. That sucks. That kind of weather is go hide in AC weather. I feel like if I wanted to hide in AC, I would have to go to like a mall or the movie theater, because none of the places that I go regularly have it. I guess I could like loiter in the grocery store, but I think that after a while you'd start getting some dirty looks. Malls are made for loitering, but we don't got any loitering time. Yeah, we're shaking it up. That's right. That's right. Library should have AC. The library here is, at least the little one that I like to go to, is, I don't actually know if it does have AC. It's, the rec center does. The library itself gets very warm. I don't quite know what the deal is. It's very sleepy feeling in there. It kind of reminds me of like warm classrooms in high school when you were just like slowly dozing off trying to study. Dojimu, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Don't sit in the coolers, it'll be fine. Gives you Dragonflight points if you're maxed out. Oh, as long as I get knowledge. So this is gonna give me classic alchemy skill, but that's fine. I just want the Kazalgar alchemy knowledge. That's what I'm after. So I need the Soothsayer's Dust, which means we need to loot the little thingy doodles and we need to disenchant them. But yeah, it's not too bad out right now. I got up early, which is why I'm sleepy. And I went to yoga this morning, and it was surprisingly warm in there for early. But you get enough people in the room and it starts to get a little toasty. You can just pretend you're in India. It's in summertime. A little humidity helps the muscles get warm. Actually, it helps you stretch safely as long as you're careful about it, because you don't have like cold tight muscles. Been enjoying your content for a while now. Hope chat, and you have a nice day. Hello and moo, moo in return. Thank you very much. I guess we can turn this in. Have I? Oh yeah, I have. Good. It's not a real disenchant. It's a pretend disenchant. Also, people are buying my enchants. Yay! That's how I feel every time that I'm logged on, just trying to sell, I don't know, flasks or enchants or whatever in the auction house. Like, I'll see a buyer has been found for your auction. I'll be like, more. I'm 5. I'm an absolute child.
Be careful.
Alchemy knowledge. Don't mind if I do. Learn the final subspec. Oh yeah. I'm excited to get to the bottom of this, because another 4 points and we get a bonus 10 skill, which is going to be severely helpful. Already 90 degrees here in Southern California. Hope you can stay cool. Oh, right back at you. That is toasty. Summer? She's not going anywhere. It's not autumn time yet. I have a collar for my dog that has like a fall leaf print on it that I bought ages ago. And I decided to save it for when fall began. That can be Moosey's fall collar. And I've been watching the weather to find out when I'm gonna swap it out, because for some reason in my bonko brain, that's important to me. I was gonna do it September 1st, but the weather was so summery and warm, I was like, I can't put on his fall collar yet. It's too warm and sunny outside. I must wait for the chill in the air to appear. Bonko. So I've been just kind of like, in the morning, I'll like poke my head out and I'll be like, is it nippy out yet? Nope. Okay. I'm sorry, bud. Summer collar still. Not that he cares. He doesn't know. Makes sense to me. September, still almost 30 Celsius out there. Oh, I don't want to say gross because some people are into that, but gross. There's a time and a place for 30 Celsius, and it's not September. I'm going to spend my new enchanting knowledge. I was getting... Oh, perfect. Okay. So it hurts me to put points into ephemerals, but doing this is going to allow me to get a ton of new recipes, because we're about to learn the base gleeful glamours of the Horde, which I need. I just learned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recipes, which is actually going to be a profit in knowledge over the 5 knowledge that I spent to get here. However, I do need 10 points to get the alliance ones. But again, you're going to get first craft knowledge, and that way you can do more of the quests, the work order quests. I kind of want to go look into those. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Who am I trying to impress by being on task? We can do some knowledge. So I did my weeklies. I should do it on herb and mining too. I'll forget if I don't do it now. I think I'm just gonna get this buff. Oh, oops, pardon me. He's trying to illegally ride the thingy. Get the buff. Hearth back to Dornigal. And then log on to my hunter to come do just the urban mining quest real quick. Just so that she can get the extra knowledge. I'm not too fussed about the experience bonus. Also, you see there's a puppy here. I decided today could be a gate open day for Lucy because he's been so good with the kitty cat. You gotta leave her alone, but she's gonna hiss at you. Careful under the desk, there's a lot of cables under here. I figured it might be nice to have him around, and he's been doing so good. He's been doing so good. My cat does not like my dog. Cyberwolf, thank you very much for the gift subs. Yeah, you better back off, bud. She's just not having it. I'm sorry. I know. Everybody else wants to be friends. Good boy. Good boy. Just wandering off to do something else. I don't know if my plushies are going to be safe, but as long as kitty cat's alright, we're A-okay. Are you buying Stormdust? Yeah, I am buying Stormdust. I do disenchant greens when I get them because you need to for your weekly enchanting knowledge drops. Basically all of them come from disenchanting stuff. But when I disenchant something, I get like 1 copper quality Stormdust, and that ain't going very far. Net gained a spec into the race. Glamour's done it too. I definitely wasn't onto that tip early. I should have done it earlier than that, but... I don't know anything about the Bottled Brilliance reagent. It's a good question. When do you think they're going to fix the dungeon lever bug? I also haven't seen that bug. Do you learn appearances when you disenchant? Yes! I know the answer to that one. Yes, you do. I have done so, and it teaches you the appearance. You don't need to worry about, like, equipping it or anything first. You can just straight disenchant it, and it will learn you the appearance. Alright. Oh, I forgot to hearth a lot. Oh, the tea's pretty good. Thank you. You know, Moosey doesn't mean any harm. He just wants to sniff you. He just wants to sniff you for, like, an hour. Fishing skillet when you caught the coelacanth? 300. But that was because I wanted to get my fishing fully. Oh, actually, no. Past 300. It would have been 338, maybe? 300 from base skill. Oh, hi. Welcome back. 30 from my food, from my ghoulfish surprise or whatever. And then whatever the green quality bismuth fishing rod gives you, that was how much I had. I did not have a weaver line crafted, so I was not getting any extra skill from weaver line. But also, I caught it in like 2 casts, so I think it was probably overkill. get mine maxed out for tomorrow. Yeah. It's Saturday tomorrow? That's true. That does come after Friday. That's crazy. We were literally just here doing the variety show. What happened? Where did the time go? What you doing, Moo? Currently, you only have to kill one boss. You can leave the dungeon without penalty. What's the benefit of doing that? Is it like an epidemic? Why would you leave after one boss? I feel like if you gotta like take your goldfish to the hospital or something, then that's fine, but Darkman Fair, that's where I was going. He's just doing laps. He's just going under my desk and behind my chair and under my desk and behind my chair, and his tail's going whoop, 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 whoop. Hi. I know you're never allowed in here during the day. She's gonna hiss at you again if you try and sniff her again. It's an epidemic. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. People farming the first boss trinket in Arakara. Oh, that would do it. It is a party. It's a moosey party. I should adjust my angle down a little bit just so we can get a little more moose in the shot when he does come by. Because right now all you can see is his tail. I love my pup. And I love my kitty cat. And I'm so happy that we're getting along. Right, Miss Garrett? She's just like listening for him like, don't you dare. I will tell you. You sniff my tail. She's a venerable, respectable cat. Happy day. Darkman Food, that's right. Bank holiday in America. Screwed up some time telling this week. Everything's felt like a day off. Taking Sunday off for me, I think. Like, I had such a long day on Saturday and then taking Sunday off, and then I've been doing evenings on raid guides all week. And for a while. So time has kind of ceased to mean anything. But I have today as like a busy day that we will make it through. And then tomorrow will be a fun day. Tomorrow I'm doing a birthday stream. I'm going to be streaming same time in the morning. I'll put on makeup or something. I don't know. We'll do basically this, but it'll be festive. And maybe stream a little longer tomorrow. And then I'm going to spend the back half of the day cleaning and getting ready to go because I'm going away for a day. And I'm going to have 5 days off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be back on Friday. Because Hazel needs to take a few days and sleep in. He left us. Kitty, he left. I want to get a dog bed in my office somewhere too, so that he, if he ever wants to, could eventually like settle down over here and take a nap, and then maybe one day I could do a pet cam again because he's so cute when he's sleeping. But Moose's dog beds are huge, and they need to be in order to comfortably fit Moose. And there's only so much floor space, and with the way I have the office set up, you'd be giving up something. Something would have to scooch in order for a bed to be set up in a way that didn't infringe on anything, because you've got stuff going on. I wonder actually if I moved that bench over to that wall, that might work. Still to this day using your voice pack for DBM. Much more pleasant shouting at you experience. Oh, I'm honored. Digital encouragement any day. Where are my herbalism quests? Oh, they're back here. That's right. I needed my herb quest, and then there's going to be a mining one too, right? I was having a hard time finding them, so yeah, this will be nice. Three bonus herb skill. Mining is the shooting booth guy. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. That's helpful. I will go and take a look. Kitty, you gonna lay back down? Are you satisfied that the beast is gone? He's not gonna get you, you know. He's really a very good boy. But I understand. You're small and you're blind. And also you're like, you know, she's 10. She's comfy. She had a perfectly good life. And then this big old dog came along, and now she has to be like, don't step on me. Don't do it. Cat used to sit in a corner of the kitchen island and whack each of the 4 dogs that were running in for breakfast. She rolled the roost at all of 6 pounds, petite but bossy kitty. Aww. Aw, that's so sweet. I actually got to meet one of my neighbor's kitties recently. We were out for a walk and we stopped to chat with one of the neighbors and got to know her pets a little better, and It's very sweet. It's very nice. I don't know about making friends as an adult. We're gonna reach a point. Moose. Hi, sweetie. I know it's exciting, but she just doesn't want to hang out with you. I like you. I'll give you pets. I know. She's not gonna like you from that side either. This is the first day that I'm doing open gate while I'm streaming. I've never done this before. He's always had to listen to me stream. For the first year that we've had him, he's listened to me stream from the other room, so today is the first day that I decided to leave the gate open. Because you've been so good, and you are being good. Try not to unplug anything under there. See, you don't really fit. He's under my desk, and he's being a puppy. Oh, that's just his tail, sweetie. He's just wagging his tail. He didn't mean to get you. Oh my gosh, she's so mad. Hi, buddy. It's okay. Kira, that's just his tail. I would leave her alone, but I wouldn't. She's not having it. Do you still have your gas pedal? No, not anymore. I know, buddy. His tail was wagging and it was like brushing her in the face and she was pissed. I know, sweetheart. Here, let's give a little space. Missy, I would just leave her alone. Yeah. Try your luck tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a happy cat sound. I'm gonna try and... Lucy, leave it. That was not the thing that I expected to upset her, actually. I didn't even think about the tail. You're okay, honey. Alright. Moose, I know, baby. It's so exciting. I know, sweetie. She's really bad. Moosey, maybe we should take a break for today. You're being really good. But maybe you should go for now, okay? We'll try again some other day. I hear treats out front. I hear treats. Good boy. All right, I think we've had enough of enough of that. He did really good. She was just she was getting brushed in the face by his tail and she was mad. It's okay, honey. And she's blind, so she can't aim, so she's hitting me. It's okay. It's just his big fluffy tail. And now she wants to go back to sleep. Okay. Stalker, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Where's he gonna go? Oh, back out front. We have a gate that separates the apartment in half, and Moosey's zone is generally the front room and the kitchen and stuff. Moose pedal would be a time. Oh. Yeah, Kieran Moose is doing really good. I am so impressed. He's under a year and a half still, and he's like an excitable, very social, very friendly dog who's extremely curious and just wants to play with everything. So it's a huge accomplishment that he can like sniff the cat nicely and then leave her alone. But she doesn't like it. She doesn't like him. And if she feels him anywhere close to her space, she'll start hissing or like swatting. I'm pretty sure those were still claws in swats, otherwise she would have gotten caught on my sweater. But she was hitting pretty hard. She's not having it, which is totally fair. She is the senior resident here. Okay, so for Herb, I think I was just going into Mica Bloom because it was so valuable still. So we wanted to go to the shooting booth guy, that's right. That's the thing. Baron Von Kane, thank you very much for some gift subs. Get off my lawn, Kira. That was... I don't know if her sound got picked up by the mic, but when she gets real mad, she goes... like a... well, like an angry cat. That's the thing. Rearm, reuse, recycle. Cat didn't mind our dog, trained him well, hated the neighbor's dog. It is crazy how they can be so different with individual animals of target species. Moose can be so good about leaving Kira alone, even when he's like totally off leash, no harness, just loose in the house. He's so good about that. But he sees like another cat out in a walk and he's like way too excited. At an 11 instantly. Cousin's dog, one of their cats, used to love the heck out of each other and cuddle. Aww.
That's always been like a selfish dream of mine, but Kira's not really a dog cat. She can put up with them. She's fairly brave and she'll stand up for herself. She can coexist fine as long as they leave her alone, but she's never gonna cuddle. I think she hates them. Some humans I don't love interacting with too. That is true, actually. Yeah, that's fair. This is kitty mom time. It's being defiled by a stinky dog. Yeah, I think she gets most offended by any interruption to her designated nap times. I think you're absolutely right. How dare you? Okay, I was just going into regular mining skill with that. We're not getting anything done in a hurry today, but that's okay. Oh, I should probably pick up a buff, huh? Tempted to have the cat get used to it by having the neighbor's dog visit. Didn't help. What am I doing? Riding the rides. Steph the Bee, thank you for the 53-month resub. Appreciate it, Steph. Boy, do I dislike spending 10k gold on an enchant to hopefully make 2k off of it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are my margins, too. That's pretty much exactly what I do. And then whenever, like, you don't sell them and then the market changes and you're like, well, rip. You know? I just have a lot of faith. Season 1 starting next week? Keep getting confused. Shows that Season 1 for Delves is in 4 days. Yes! September the 10th, the normal raid is going to open. The heroic raid is going to open. The first wing of LFR is going to open. New difficulties of Delves will be available. What else? Mythic Plus. PvP season, probably? Sounds true. Raid should be good. Yeah. I'm excited. Okay, I was like, this is my life now. Aww. Kitty, do you know that Moose is my friend? You must. Because you're really not shooting to kill. You just want him to leave you alone. I couldn't believe that. I thought I didn't expect that at all. Just because I always thought that if Moose got her really mad, it would be because he like sniffed her too much and wouldn't leave her alone. I didn't think that it would be because he was just minding his own business, wagging his tail too much, and it would be buffing her in the face. To be fair, his tail is huge and fairly strong and can be quite annoying when it's like smacking you. Weaver cloth bolt prices need to take a chill pill. It feels so nice to just sit and play games. It feels so nice. Shuffles are on Struggle Street. Oh man. Sometimes I think about the fact that is it a fact? You know, I think it's just my brain saying things that aren't true. I was gonna say, for anybody to be making gold, some people have to be losing gold, but that's not necessarily... Well... Some people have to be spending gold. Nobody has to be losing gold. It's when things are like really unprofitable to craft. That's when I wonder who's crafting them and therefore losing gold. Is it somebody that is like specialized their profession better than me and is actually doing it profitably? Is it somebody who's just making something for the first craft bonus and then selling it at a loss just to recoup some of their investment? Is it somebody who has no idea what they're doing? Who's to say? Who's to say? Because like, on any given day, most of my enchants will be wildly unprofitable, even ones that I'm like really well spec'd into. The only thing that I'm really doing well on right now is Crystalline Radiance, and then sometimes Elgari Resourcefulness. Alright. Oh yeah, okay, I know this is the peak of riveting gameplay, but we learned new glamour recipes, and I need to make them for First Craft Plus. I bet you anything I have patron orders for them. I do. So I got Gleeful Glamours of the Horde, which means I don't have the human one yet, but I can make I cannot make Vulpera. I thought I could make Vulpera. I cannot. When they say Horde, they mean original Horde. But we could make all of these just for the first craft. So we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And from the looks of it, they all have the same mats, and we're not too worried about, man, 800 gold each. Alright, fine. Fine. Let's just do it. I could save a little bit of gold by waiting for there to be work orders for them or whatever, but So I have Leyline residue. I just need, I generally just need 8 of these Viridescent spores. 97 gold. Excuse you. And then Storm Dust wise, I do have a decent amount of copper Storm Dust, so I can just use that. In alchemy, do you get the first craft bonus for thaumaturgy? I actually don't know. I don't have a philosopher's stone still, so I haven't tried. I would check for the first craft bonus indicator. I would set yourself up to do it and then see if you have this thing on your screen, and if you don't, then I would be skeptical, but I haven't run it myself to look. Time spent in gathering crafting is a gold loss. Net profit if they sell for more than the sunk cost of your labor. I guess so. I guess I just don't assume that anybody else is doing it via labor, because like if they had it, like they would still be losing gold over just selling those mats. Like they would be better off selling the mats that they had ground and not crafting anything if they were doing it via their own labor. But not everybody's going to be doing that math. Alright, we're making... Are these any fun? I don't know. I'm trying to think what I'm going to use these for, aside from just the first craft bonus. Pretty fun. I'm going to run out of stuff, aren't I? I can vendor them for all of 4 gold each. Wow. Are they ever going to bring the dino back? Maybe? Doubt it. I think that if they had a desire to give it, I feel like if there was a desire for them to make it more available, they would not have taken it off the vendor in the first place. I want to... Alright, so now we learned a bunch of new ones. We have basic alliance ones now, so we can do human, which is perfect. They want it to be silver, which is stinky. But if I do it, yeah, if I do it with my silver dust, then that will work, and that will also get me an augment rune, which I can sell for quite a bit of gold. You'd say, Hazel, you raid, use the augment rune for you, and I would say, I'm cheap. I'm very cheap. Why spend 1,400 gold per wipe when you could wipe for free? I pretty much only use stuff like aug runes if I'm convinced that that is the last straw that will make the life or death difference between a last minute boss prog or not. Usually if we can prog without spending a bunch of gold, we may as well. Is the only way to get to the enchanting knowledge point by DEing? Seems that way, yeah. I think that there's going to be some value to doing either world quests or world farming, or like you're going to want to get basically just a bunch of greens. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what happened to me. Enchanting. So I will eventually... Allied Gleeful Glamours. Allied Gleeful Glamours. Okay. So yeah, we may as well try to get to 15 points here so that we are able to make all of the different ones for the Sacred Crafting Orders. Leyline, residue, acuity. I thought I did a work order. Did I not complete it? Maybe that's what happened. Crafting orders. I did not complete it. That's exactly what happened. So I still can't make these, but we have a bunch of new first crafts. So we're gonna need more. We're gonna need more spores. So if we go here and we filter to first craft bonus, and then also maybe to like learned. I still haven't made one of these. It's because I can't be bothered to spend. Have you done much rep grind? I've done a non-zero amount. I don't know if I would go as far as to say much. These are what my reps look like. I'm at 10, 9, 7, and 8. I've been playing pretty casually, I'd say. Azeroth Lady, thank you very much for giving out a gift sub. And Jill, converting to a tier 1 sub. Appreciate it. 10 is high? Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I did the Sojourner of Dorn, Isle of Dorn. I think that's probably where that's from. Okay, I'm gonna sell those things immediately because I've got gold to recoup over here. Am I the only one who doesn't want to get crafted gear? Seems like too much effort. I am right there with you. That is exactly where I'm at right now. I will eventually get crafted gear, but I like to wait until the last possible moment because one, it tends to get a bit cheaper over time as the map prices calm down. Secondly, I will be able to get better crests and therefore craft it at a higher item level initially. And thirdly, if I wait long enough, my friend Flabby might be able to make it for me. Maybe. I think that's my logic. I'm wearing nothing crafted right now. Absolutely nothing. I figure there's really no harm in sitting on my sparks for now. Okay, so do I have enough copper dust? Not really. Is copper dust that much cheaper than silver dust? No, not really. Alright, follow-up question to myself. How many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do you mean I've never made this? Never made this. Put on a temporary illusory adornment of my shoulders. Wow. Okay. So we've got 5 of these to make. So we need another 20 storm dust, 4 spores, and 1 leyline residue. This is really satisfying, though. I wanted to do this yesterday. I just ran out of time. 4 spores. Because, like, now... How much dust did I say I wanted? 20? I don't know. I've been letting these Glamour World quests, these Glamour patron orders pass me by for so long. And now I'm going to be able to finally do them. Hi. Trevor and Nike are my favorite birds too. This is this is my oversized comfy hoodie that is nice to wear early in the morning when I just want to hide because it's real big on me. Found out about the Ghastly Charger Twitch drop, and OMG, I love it. Could be one of my favorite mounts ever. I agree. I think it's amazing. It's a very nice one. So they just want Volpera. That's the one I've made already. That's not a first craft. This I could probably manage, actually. We'll come back to it, though. Let's make each of these once. Because, yeah, the fact that these refund your knowledge basically with their first crafts and then unlock your ability to do them for patron orders makes it super worth it to get at least a few points into ephemerals. Maybe I'll use them instead of entering them just because we bothered to make them in the first place. Oh, thanks for the gift subs, guys. Am I the only person who's been using normal flying ever since I got Pathfinder? I bet you you're not. I bet you there's a few other people here like that too. So now 8, 9, 10. So now we learned another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which are the alliance ones. I really ought to just buy more of this stuff. Let's just get 10.
Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Really like being able to hover my mount in midair. Mostly regular flying due to motion sickness. Gearing's making me feel overwhelmed. I mean, on the bright side, you've begun gearing. That's a good start. I'm still kind of in my I'm gonna worry about it later phase. I'm probably gonna have to worry about it in a hurry, is usually what happens. The season's gonna start, I'm gonna do a key. I'm gonna be horribly underwhelmed by my performance in said key. And then I'm gonna be like, hang on guys, I need to take like 90 minutes, pull open some Wowhead guides, dump 50k gold or whatever, and get myself like actually set up. If I had to guess, that's how that's gonna go. I've begun, but I want to stop. Yeah, this is North America. Wish instead of needing to switch flight styles, mount equipment. Yeah. Normal mount, the skywriting mount. I mean, if they did it via mount equipment, it would be a bit tricky because mount equipment applies to all of your mounts. There isn't currently a way to designate it on a per mount basis. But I would be really happy if they just added like a handful of mounts that are literally specific to skywriting, or not skywriting, like a specific to regular flying, or you know, if they ever had the technology to let you designate it on a per mount basis so that you could choose which you wanted to be your regular flying versus skywriting mounts, but maybe that's too complex for them. They might be wanting to not confuse people. 3, 4, 5. And that should give me the horde ones. So I don't actually think it's worth putting the last 5 points into here. It's not going to teach me any more glamour recipes, and I don't actually want to make them. I guess maybe if it makes it cheaper for me to make the silver ones for the work orders or whatever. So now that we can do Volpera, can we do it with some silver storm dust? Start order. Will that? Yeah, that's perfect. Nice. And that one, at least we're going to recoup our gold by selling the augment room. And get our first time craft. And then we can do another one. For 30 acuity. Nice. Also, these you can sell for quite a bit. I should probably hang on to them so that they can help me out when I'm trying to craft and save my concentration for patron orders, but I've just been selling them. Are you planning on doing delves much? I don't know. I'm gonna try them out a little bit more. I'm gonna put a little more effort into getting set up with them once the season properly starts. I'll take some time to kind of feel out what it is I want from them and try and figure out how they fit into my regular day-to-day life. I haven't been in love with them so far, but I haven't really given them a fair shot yet. Tea's good. So if we do this with that, ugh. I don't want. Oh, it's only gonna be 54 concentration. Though I can probably budget that many. Although for 10 acuity, oh, gold storm dust is probably real spendy though. But I only need 5. Let's get 5 gold storm dust. Most of my better gears from the reps.
Have anything ancient to trade?
Yeah.
Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Yeah, it's 1,400 gold. That's fine. This is why I'm broke, by the way. This is where all my gold goes. It always seems like a good idea spending gold for patron orders, and I think ultimately it will be. But when you're doing it, it's like, well, here goes 1,000, there goes 3,000, there goes another 5,000. Anyway, there's another 1,300. I'll hold on to that for now. NPC to turn off crafting gear? Yeah, it's by the work order interface on the outside of the building. I've never done so many patron orders. I've almost like cleared them out. I've almost cleared them out from whatchamacallit, from enchanting. I'm really happy with that. You wanted Leyline? I think. Maybe another 20 of those. It's a good thing that there's mailboxes really close by. Oh, thanks for the anonymous gift subs. Morning. Good morning. I've used 15 minutes of my Darkmoon Fair buff just doing patron orders in town. I haven't even caught up on first crafts yet. We're gonna do that and get a. So yeah, if I do this, that puts me almost but not quite there. It actually probably would have been literally cheaper for me to do this and then use this thing. Yeah. Oh no, it's not quite enough. Okay, never mind. Gold dust it is. Let's just do that. Why not? Just the appearance of crafting gear. I think that it'll still appear when you're mining. It's just that when you disable it at the NPC, it goes away faster or something. I don't know what the exact functionality is. I'll show you where the NPC is, just so we can take a look at it. Over by where the work orders are, there is Tauren Lady on the left-hand side. You talk to her and you say, hey, limit how much I see gathering equipment. Limit how much I see fishing equipment. I think I must have already limited how much I see crafting equipment. Show it when I craft and leave it on afterwards. That's where it is. Why not just use 1 or 2 gold dust? That's more button clicks than I can be bothered to do. I think we're fine. Okay, I want to make the rest of my first crafts. That's what I want to do. So if I go back here, we've got perfect. I already have the mats for it. 1. My bags are so full of this stuff. My team log changes in Valdrakken. Cool how much the profession revamp in Dragonflight's adding fun gameplay. I find that modern professions in WoW are very polarizing. People either love them, like me, or they're not about it at all. And I can totally understand why. They're very overwhelming if you're coming at it for the first time. There's just a lot. And it all feels very like, oh man, I'm gonna lose a lot of gold if I do it wrong, and I don't quite understand how to do it right, and that can really stress people out. I totally understand why not everybody's into it right away. But once you kind of get your feet into it, it's so satisfying. Or at least I find it that way with Craft Sim. If I was not using Craft Sim in an auctionator, I would not be having any fun at all. I need the estimates. Also, the knowledge weak core helps too. So I've got 8 more knowledge points, and we no longer need to put them in here. As far as I know, there's nothing else for me to be doing over here. I can go back. I could cap out. I could literally finish capping out. I kind of want to do this just for completion's sake, because it's going to drive me nuts to have 15 out of 20, even though I really should start working on Aerothor enchants. I'm gonna sink into this YOLO. And now I'm gonna start working on Aerothor enchants. I figure if I'm making profession enchants anyways, I may as well have all the points for them. Oh, thanks for the anonymous gift subs. So we can... Oh my gosh, my bags are so full of stuff. I could just vendor all those, but what if we use them one at a time? You know? Let's post for sale the things that we got from doing those crafting orders. We got lots of like, you get like leather and stuff. I've got some ore. I'm gonna recoup my gold any way that I can. A little storm charge leather. Never hurt anybody. Making them more involved increased my interest in professions. Yeah. It feels a lot more... The talent tree aspect of it I really like. I really like the fantasy of being a specialized crafter early. And I think it does a really good job of making it so that you're not competing against every other person of your profession on the first day that you're making something. Especially now with region-wide auction houses. You know, it used to be the case that in some categories there was going to be so many people, it was going to be so aggressive that unless you were literally cancel rescanning all day long, you weren't ever really going to sell anything, because there would be immediately so many people that were just making exactly the same thing as you. And now the pool of people is going to be a little smaller early on in the expansion, because some of those people might have chosen to go into something different. You know, people will naturally spread themselves out because you're going to have a better chance if there's not as many people in your niche. So it kind of evens out the spread a little bit. I should probably hang on to these. But I don't really want to carry them around. Plus, I don't know if I'm ever going to want to sink them in, but I guess I'll hang on to them. They might come in handy for alchemy.
If you find anything exotic,
Okay, I said I was going to do side quests today. That was my plan. I wanted to clear out side quests with this lovely little reputation buff so that I could get some more reputation. Should we go back to maybe the Ringing Deeps? I had a Sojourner quest. I can't... Achievement. And we were working on Sojourner of the Ringing Deeps. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more side quest lines available to do down there. Seems like a good idea. Let's go. Do the starting zone. I did that one already. I am successfully a Sojourner of the Isle of Doran. So I figure I'll just do them in like vertical order. I think the new profession system achieved pretty much what it set out to do. Definitely more server community this way. Which I think is really impressive. I know not everything is region-wide, but in a region-wide auction house era, I think it's really impressive that they've managed to keep that server community kind of feel. And it also makes it much less punishing to play on a so-called, like on a server with a really small or like heavily swinging auction house, because people can no longer heavily manipulate the prices of things like, I don't know, Mica Bloom, in the same way that they used to be able to on certain servers. Hi Hazel, what is the tea of the day today? Thank you for asking. Hi Squish.net. Today the tea is ginseng green tea. Honey ginseng green tea? Lemon ginseng green tea? Tatley ginseng green tea. Hazel. Oh, I have a quest to turn in. Oh wait, is there? No, that's just the bronze timekeeper. I always see those silver arrows for the bronze timekeepers, and they always freak me out and make me think that I need to go kill a rare. And there's no rare there. It's just a sky race. Okay, that was for something. At least one of these side quest lines I'm actually going to be repeating because I did it for the first time on a different character. I think it's routine maintenance. I'm pretty sure I did already on a different character. That's a dungeon quest. Should I do it? We also have a world quest. Oh, it's for 25 coffer key shards. I feel like those are kind of useful. Gonna work on getting that mount this weekend. It looks so cool. Nice. Yeah, it's a I don't want to call it easy because it does take a little bit of doing, but it's like a nice chill kind of farm. People don't like this quest, right? Destroying excess mineral deposits. Oh, I know this one. I know this one. They spawn in the water. That's right. Have you done the pipe puzzles? Hate them. I did a few. I did a one or two when I was like leveling. And then I did one for a treasure. There was a treasure in this area that was a pipe puzzle. I kind of like them, but I'm not any good at them. I like them with the full acceptance and understanding that I'm going to be kind of trash at it. And I'm just going to noodle around until something appears to me. So the pet is for gift subs. If you have purchased a sub for yourself, you would only need to give out one extra sub. But it's gift sub based. There should be some more FAQ or info about it in that article there. Have partner do the pipe puzzles for me because they make me frustrated. Oh, where's Pokepoke when you need him? Oh, you know what? Pokepoke is never too far. There he is. For a moment I thought, what if this mineral deposit evades? And then I thought, evades how? It's not attacking back. Usually evade bugs are for when a mob cannot reach you, and it's to prevent you from like gaming things by positioning yourself in a way that you can't be hit by the enemy. But it's a pile of dirt. It ain't doing any damage. Partner doesn't play WoW but loves the puzzles. He'll hijack the mouse and do them. Oh, that's funny. Used to be good at slide puzzles, struggle with these. You know what would be so fun? Would be having physical versions of these where you can actually slide tiles around. Obviously, it wouldn't be very replayable because you would figure it out and you'd be like, well, that one's done. New tile puzzle, please. But it just sounds fun. I finally had to replace the batteries on my little desk timer that I use for like Pomodoro timing. Finally, after I feel like I must have had it for over a year. It wouldn't go anymore. I set a 25-minute timer and then I looked up like an hour later and I'm like, why are you still at 25 minutes? How dare you? You've broken the covenant. You're supposed to tell me it's time for my break. Maddie DJ4, thank you for the 8-month resub. Pokepoke smash. Why does it say 0 of 12? Okay. Whew. Spooky. Can you buy trolley in Canada for the gummy pet? I know some of those words. At the risk of sounding dumb. Huh? The gummy worms. I don't know. It's a new trolley. What is it? Why is it spelled like this? Xbox promo. I don't know, man. Being on for buying candy. Why do I resent that? What's my problem? You know, like, I don't mind the Twitch promos. I don't mind buying pets off the shop directly. It's a gummy worm candy. I didn't realize they had a brand. I just thought gummy worms were eternal. And they only new brand? I've never heard of this brand in my life. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if it's affordable, it's probably cheaper than buying like a Corsair headset. If I can get a pet for less than $200, then I'll think about it. But I've never, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to see if they're available in my city. I don't know if I would go as far as to order anything online. But yeah, if it's NA, you'd think it'd be manageable. I'm in Canada. Sometimes stuff makes it across the border. Peekaboo. Fine. Knockoff Haribo. I think I've heard of Haribo. Gummy worms, gummy bears. Selling pet codes, 100k gold. Oh, it's one of those worms like the Shadowlands Pet Charm worm. I do remember seeing that headline. I don't know if I care that much. I don't know if I care that much. It's, you know, it would be different if it was like for like a promo with a product that I really liked, or if it was like a really unique pet. But I don't know, that one I might be able to let that one bypass me. How many gummy worms do you have to buy to get the gummy worm? We talking like a pack of gummy worms? 10 packs of gummy worms? I'm just gonna start sprinkling gummy worms willy-nilly in the streets. Feeding them to the crows, getting them all sugar high. Bad idea. One pack of gummy worms sounds affordable. Probably. You never know. What if we do? I'm sure. Actually, if they're sour, my partner really likes sour candy, so I could probably make it work. Now I want to pick and mix. Steel case mounts and pets are so much investment. Yeah, I saw the prices on those and I went, absolutely the frick not. Are you kidding? You know, great if you were already in the market for that peripheral and you already liked the look of that brand. But, like, I don't know. I feel like the people that want like a $200 headset already have a $200 headset, or like know more specifically what they want and what they're looking for, and that what they're looking for is not necessarily some W's on your ear cups, but maybe it is. I don't know. I can only speak for myself. It's too much money for me. Too rich for my blood. I'm going... I mean, I kind of want to do the world quest, but I probably ought to do a... I probably ought to start a quest line, eh? Ringing Deeps. The monster and the machine. If it's grayed out, does that mean I did it? Or does it mean I did it on a different character? Oh, wait, no, I have done that one. So, that one would be new. And that's where it's going to start. All right. J. Cool, 1984. Thank you very much for the 4-month resub. Can confirm, already on the €200 headset train. Bought it 4 years ago when this promo wasn't around. Like the same one, or just a different set of €200 headset? That add-on is BTW Quests. BTW Quests. Is your favorite zone to level in? Probably Isle of Dorn, actually. I was going to say Hallowfall, because Hallowfall is the prettiest one, but I ended up rushing through Hallowfall. Because by the time I got there, I had already kind of overdone side quests, and I had more levels than I meant to. So by the time I got to Hallowfall, I was just straight slamming campaign quests, trying to get through them as fast as possible. I'm pretty sure it's Corsair. I don't know what the monomins are. Do I know? Thanks for giving out a gift, so. These things are so cute. I didn't know I was going to be a mole person, but they're cute. I like their big old fingies. Big digging claws. Stretch. Is there a rare over here? Something. I've done this quest in my warband already, so I'm not actually going to get rep for this one. I've picked the worst things possible to do with my hour-long Dark and Fair buff, and I didn't even get any hats. I got an extra 5 reputation from that world quest that took me 10 minutes to do. And that's the only rep granting thing I've done so far. I'm going to have to go back and get another one. Because I don't think I'm going to get rep from this again, because I've done this already, but I want to do it on this character. Because I want to finish so... Well, I mean, I don't even need it for Sojourner, do I? Because I've already done it. I want to do it on this character, basically just to clean the darn thing up. Make it go away! There is not a ton of reason for me to do this. I guess I'll get stuff to disenchant, right? Like, I'll get greens. Pet is rewarded for any trolley candy. Code sent to any email. Can be had in any region. Oh. How are your professions faring? I think they're going well. I'm very motivated to get knowledge points. I find it very fun to get knowledge points. I don't know if they're doing me any good yet, but it's on the faith that eventually they will do me a lot of good. Almost a 200 in fishing. Nice. The dragon riding race gold nerf was not needed. It wasn't. And honestly, who was that targeted at? Why they gotta ruin my fun like that? Got mining and herb also. Have you done any profession guides? Not since Dragonflight. Not since Dragonflight. My Dragonflight crafting guide would not be wildly outdated because the general principles are very similar. But I would like to do an updated version of it for the War Within at some point. After I get back from vacation, I'm gonna have to look at all my options and figure out what kind of videos I want to do next. Cause I'm gonna get that YouTube channel shined up and running again. I mean, not that it's not right. It's got raid guides coming out. We're honoring Earthen. Yeah, I wonder if there's going to be, especially if the candy packs are fairly cheap, I wonder if there's going to be a big community sharing kind of upswell of NA players buying an extra pack to have codes to give like their EU friends and stuff. Because it doesn't seem like it would be that egregiously difficult for somebody to do that, especially if it's like $5 or less. I know a lot of people that would do that just like on their grocery run for a friend. You send a picture of the receipt? My goodness. So tricky. I don't know if I'm gonna bother. Doesn't sound like me. Straight 1995. Did you guys ever do like mail-in contests and stuff? Back in the day? Where you had to do things like photocopy your receipt or whatever. My as a kid, my sister and I won like a cereal box mail-in contest. It was like a coloring thing, and it was just like a raffle, I guess. And the prize was a Toys R Us gift card, and we got to go shopping with our mom and buy like a bunch of Barbies and stuff because we were that age where that was really exciting. And I think at the time that we thought that we had won because of our like amazing art skills, and I'm pretty sure it was just a random drawing. But you know, tiny me was like, "Wow, I'm talented." God. Sent in box tops. Let me mail out the old mail pigeon, send the receipt that way. Yeah, if they'd put codes in the bag, that would have been easier. Or let you like, I don't know, punch in a code from the bag to redeem a pet code. I don't know. Because yeah,
Please.
doing it receipt-wise seems like it would take a lot of... I don't know, I'm sure they've automated it somehow. 95, yes, but also 85. When subs fall off after a promotion, is that reduction looked at negatively? By who? The, Twitch isn't as algorithm driven. It is a little more algorithm driven now, but it's not as algo driven as YouTube, so it's not like, I don't think that it would have any impact on like whether or not my stream gets recommended to people. And even if it did, not that many people are watching the stream because of recommendations. Most people watching the stream had some prior awareness of me from YouTube or from friends or what have you. Not a ton of people stumble on it. Some people do. But if we do get drive-by traffic, it's usually people just scrolling the WoW section and not necessarily like the recommended bar. And I don't really have like a manager or anything who's gonna be like, your month over month is in the red. Back to work, video gremlin. Yeah. They should have put in an extra large gummy worm with the code inside. Imagine the code was printed on a gummy worm, and then if your pack of candy got too hot in the car, it starts melting, and then you're trying to guess what the number is. Oh, hi, kitty. Welcome back. $10 CDs for a penny each in the 90s? I used to buy packs of CDs to burn music onto, and I think they were more expensive than 10 for a penny each. What if you're just too hungry and you eat your code? Is that gonna be a rare? No, that's a treasure though. That spot, was it wearing a top hat? I completely missed it. It's tragic. I don't know, that might be all caps worthy. How half expensive would be CDs that didn't work. Mythic Silken Court. Looks like someone at Blizzard made a bet to make a boss harder than Tindral. Oh dear. Oh. I take great satisfaction from never looking at mythic mechanics. Except for, like, the only time I ever become aware of them is if I'm watching the race. If I'm watching the Race to World First and I'll see people progressing on Mythic, I'll be like, huh, what's that funny thing that they're doing that they all keep yelling about? Then I'll figure it out, but otherwise it's just lovely for me to just not even try to understand what's going on. That can fully be an everybody else problem. I wanted to see, I stopped to fish these because they're roaring angler seekers and I wanted to see if they were worth it. They're kind of not. 24 gold a fish is, like, it's not bad. You know, it's like one whole storm does per fish. Do you watch Nyx Priest? I, for race, will usually watch either the caster stream or I'll put on Max. But I usually just kind of like leave it on the TV and then throughout the day I'll kind of like walk by and then go, huh, that's where they are. And then I'll like walk away. I don't really sit down and watch it. Mythic raiding arc was too invasive to the old sleep schedule. Had to retire it. Sometimes your health's gotta come first. T-minus 11 days. I need to make sure my liquid shirt is clean. Aww. That's really cute. Oh, yeah, I guess those raiders are like preparing and stuff in various ways. I'm sure some of them are traveling. There's probably going to be an event. Looks like real hard work. Go hunting in the kitchen for something to eat. Ba-boom, ba-bam, ba-boom, ba-bam. What was that, Sepulcher? One of the guilds had a boomkin named Ba-boom Ba-bam, and every time they called him out for a mechanic. The production stream is already up. They're building the venue. Oh, man. The drama. The glamour. The atmosphere. That's fun.
You are acknowledged.
Too much drip. That was liquid. Feels like this patch hasn't started yet. Seasons are a little further out. Yeah, having the big delay on the front of the season definitely feels very different from previous expansions. I'm all about it. I'm tickled pink to have this much time because I'm actually going to be I mean, I guess I'm always done raid guides before the raid comes out because I have to be, but it's given me time to actually play the early weeks of the expansion while also producing raid guides. There have definitely been expansions where I didn't even get to like do casual stuff or finish leveling until like a week and a half in because I was multitasking. And this time around there's been enough time that I've been able to kind of like just play for a few hours and then work for a few hours. And Mythic raiding was fun for a season. Proved to myself I could do it. Was enough. Didn't notice this X-Pack being longer. I also love this time. Yeah, I don't think they usually... I think it's like a week more downtime before the season starts than normal. If I had to guess. That's based on feelings, though. So who knows? I have a nice gift to get. Nice heart. What do I have to do to Moose to make you love him? Is he stinky? If I give him like a bath and I put the dog perfume on him, will you like him any better? Do you have a favorite smell? What if I make him smell like lemons? What if I make him smell like soy sauce? He used to like soy sauce. Content creators allowed to enjoy the content creator stuff? Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't blame anybody but yourself for time management, really. Everybody's gonna have their own philosophy of how they approach content creation. I've always been kind of erring on the side of being lazy and playing the game for myself a lot because I figure if I ever lose my spark and start to just hate the game, then I'm dead in the water. The only thing that makes me worth watching is the fact that I like what I'm doing. So if I just hate what like, it's not fun to sit and watch somebody just be miserable playing a video game. That's stupid. There's really no point to that. So if I have to do, I don't know, like hours of auction resetting or, you know, like taking longer to get content out or basically just streaming whatever I want to make sure I'm still invested in having fun, and it's 100% worth it. Because if I ever really hate this, then it's not going to be good for anybody. I just crush a follower dungeon and I'm like, yeah, I could mythic raid. Those NPCs really needed me. They voted me MVP. Imagine if you had to vote an MVP at the end of dungeons, at the end of like pugs and stuff. Oh man, it would be chaos. It would be awful. It would not be used in good faith. So we just go back to Valheim. Raid Finder's actually coming out, the first week is actually coming out the same time as Normal and Heroic this time around. They finally relented on the Raid Finder delay. I think starting in one of the late seasons of Dragonflight was the first time they did that. But it's hugely appreciated because it just seemed so silly to delay it. Yeah. I mean, some creators are able to make like a really entertaining vibe and persona off of things other than just enjoyment, but for me, I don't think it would work. I'm not a fun miserable. When I'm cranky, I'm just cranky. I'm not fun cranky. I'm just morose. The start of follower dungeons, some people would have a bug where AI groups would abandon or kick them. I remember that. It never happened to me, but I thought it was just so funny. You finally get follower dungeons and you're like, at last I have a place where I can be safe from the scorn of my peers and I can practice in peace. And then the AIs are like, haha, noob, boot. Smitey Spanks, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, you could recommend someone in Final Fantasy XIV. That's right. That was a mechanic. Auctionator and Craft Sim. Craft Sim is the other add-on that you're looking for. Okay. Whoa. It's 10:30. I should take a break and stretch this stuff. It's no good getting all loose and bendy and then just to clam up sitting at the desk for 3 hours. So did we finish that one again? Sure did. Sure did. Plus I'm gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna Stormwind teleport because we're gonna need to refresh our Dark Moon buff anyway. Imagine they get an in-game damage meter and the followers just start roasting you when you're not topping the meters. You know what they would do? They wouldn't even roast you. They would, like, try to encourage you in a really, like, saccharine and obnoxious way. They would say things like, try using your cooldowns more often. And, I don't know. We've got a big pack coming up. Do you have your damage ready? No, I don't. What's it to you? You know, yeah, I'm gonna take a real sharp break. BRB. Why did I log out? I don't remember why I logged out. You think? She's being so pretty. This is like whenever you see her just like beside me, she's perching on the arm like this. She's got really good balance. Should we see if we can scooch? It's a bit of a delicate operation. Belt. Ta-da! Also today in earrings we have a green dinosaur over here. You can't really see him that well, but he's a little dinosaur. And then we have a pink brontosaurus on the other side. She makes a little gremlin kind of me. She was so mad at Moose's tail earlier. Oh my gosh. Kitty at my local cat cafe named Boba, who looks just like Kira. Aww. Audible, thanks very much for the 46-month resub. It was whipping her in the face, and she was not happy. It wasn't his fault. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just happy and sniffing, and his tail happened to be in kitty cat face territory. It was just the tip of it, like the fur, but she wasn't dealing with it. Yeah, that's fair. I think eventually when he settles down, he's not going to do that to you so much. Pineapple game for the new raid is out. Sick. Oh, yeah. Alright, what were we? I was going to go re-up my Darkening Fair buff. And then maybe pick on new Sojourner questline to work on. See if we can get ourselves some more rep. I would really prefer rep with Council of Dornogal because it would be good for both alchemy and enchanting. I'm gonna get points with both of them when I get 2 more rep levels with them. But I've kind of already done their side quests and stuff. So there are things I could do for more rep, namely the delve thing. And then like well, I'm just gonna fly there myself. I could do delves. Dungeon quests maybe. Haven't done any of those. Contracts. I feel like I haven't looked, but contracts were expensive last time I checked. Haven't played retail in a while. Taken me a little bit to get to understand the new things, but I'm really enjoying the Ascents bag. Nice. It's a good one. It's got good bones. I'm having fun. How many 80s do you have? Just Inksy, yeah. My hunter is slowly getting closer, but through no real effort of my own, just from gathering. I'm not in a big hurry to get anything else leveled. It's kind of nice just having the one level 80 to focus on. It makes me feel more like I have a chance of being on top of my goals. As long as I don't make my goals getting any more characters leveled up or active. I have 96 of 100 Titan fragments. The weekly cache thing is kind of overwhelming to me, where there's a lot of different weekly caches you can get, and you don't seem to need to get all of them. You'll get like a key from your first 4, and there's other stuff that's kind of based on how many you're getting in that way. So it doesn't really matter where they come from, but... Wow, my bracers suck. Why do I have 550 bracers on? Zartane 1979, thank you very much for the 21-month resub. Where'd you get the bok choy? It's so cute. It's from the it's from fishing. I fished it up. You can also buy them on the auction house. I believe they are BOE. The item is called Extra Large Leek, L-E-E-K. But I fish mine up. Ride the roller coaster. The roller coaster makes me sick. This one does okay if I don't look at it too closely, but the roller coaster makes me ill. Just like real life. Love fishing. Thought you were boycotting the Darkmoon carousel. I'm caving for the moment. I'm not happy about it. You could carry the leek and the garlic. I don't think I have the garlic yet. Reminds me of Remix somehow. Kind of sad it's gone. It's because Remix also had like other farmy, gardeny stuff like the chicken backpack. I should be mocking the chicken backpack. Honestly, what's my problem? Why am I not currently mocking the chicken backpack? Don't forget hats. What if I need to spend... I only have 25 prize tickets. I certainly don't want to get any more. I just come back. How many is it for a hat?
We will have justice.
Honestly, I should probably say prize tickets for some of this stuff. There's trains mog I don't have yet.
Hey, good.
Safe travels.
Oh.
What are you looking for? Go.
Ah, potential customer.
Yeah, I'll save my tokens. Yeah, the command is still there. I do have the Darkmoon dirigible. Do you think the servers are going to be bad day one? Day one of what? You mean the season? Cause like the expansion's launched. We did the early launch and then we did the real launch. This thing's up and running. It's had some auction house issues, but by and large servers have been okay for me. Auction house notwithstanding. There we go. That's the kind of gold I was missing.
Step into the light.
Isn't there like a daily quest? Like a dungeon quest? Yeah, I should probably do this. Let's just queue for it. I need to do specifically the Priory. We'll do it on Heroic, and I'll heal it. That's what I'll do. Give me a bunch of rep. What's your favorite zone so far? Maybe Hallowfall. I like them all a lot more than I thought I was gonna. Zone treasures nice to do for rep with the Darkmoon Fair buff. Also, watch me die in this dungeon and immediately lose this buff that I went all the way back to town to get. But if I don't, and I can turn in that quest, that'll be a nice easy. We can get 1500 plus 10% extra 150 one-time rep with Dornagal for the... I don't even know if this is a weekly or a daily or what, but I think it's probably a weekly, and I don't think I did it last week. It's repeatable anyway. Beatty, thanks for the gift, so. I didn't get the dog pet. I need to go back and collect it at some point in the past expansions on this character. I don't really remember at what point I didn't. This character has kind of been my main on and off, but I don't know if I ever got the dog in Pandaria, so I might need to start there. Also, is it just me, or is the Oracle Eye thing, like, absolutely cursed? I'm just trying to be a cute little sparkle fairy here, healing with the power of glitter and happiness, and I look like I'm going to eat your heart. For, like, calories, like, chomp chomp yum yum. Oh, hey, how'd you keep up? It's just a little scary. Historically accurate fairy then. Alright, this one, cooldown reduction. My mount. Parts for the bolt. Hate this dungeon. I think it's beautiful. I think it looks really pretty. I haven't done enough dungeons to figure out which ones I like and don't like yet. I was considering trying to be zen about it and just taking each one as they come without assigning value to them. And then I thought, that sounds really annoying. You know. It is what it is. You've gone insane with light power. You are now maniacally good. Doing normal dungeons in my feral. Haven't died yet. Sometimes. I'm not last on them. I think the trick with insights is just to send them. You know, they're short recharges. They're 1 minute recharges. Let's not sit on them for years. Same thing with Apotheosis, to be honest. So this next one is Piety. That one's overhealing. That's pretty easily doable. This place is gonna rail into Big Zero. Dawnbreaker. I've heard a lot of people don't like Dawnbreaker. Thank you for videos on how to get Zooin back into Pandaria. Very grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching my videos and for coming back by my stream. I really appreciate it. I'm glad it worked for you.
Watch your step.
Yeah, so let's use that Piety. And then
Watch
we'll
your
do this.
step.
And then honestly, let's do Apotheosis. It's a 2 minute
Watch your
cooldown.
step.
What are we saving it for? My birthday? Maybe for tomorrow. What should we do for tomorrow's stream? I want tomorrow to be fun. I want it to be festive. And also I want to do whatever I want. So there's like a non-zero chance that I just end up gathering all day. Hazel's
your
picking flowers and drinking tea party. But, yeah, I want it to be fun. Fair. Could do dungeons too. Mana tanks and melee that stay in the concentration pools is bad. Or consecration. I need to learn what's going on in these at some point. Alright, so blue is for Solace, so I'm gonna want to match
Watch
that
your
up
step.
ideally with a nice big blue button. Let's
Watch
get one
your
of those
step.
back.
Interrupt.
Oh, nice, nice totem. I had to check for a second to see if that was Flabby, because normally if you have shamans interrupting with Cap Totem, that's usually Flabby. Try to level an Earthen as far as you can and only Exploration XP. Oh. That would be a challenge. Ooh, what if I level my Earthen only with Gathering? Aesthetic Gathering. Gardener RP. Darkmoon Fair achievements. Stinky.
Tainer, the intruders defile the altar of the sacred flame.
I'm thinking about renaming my Earthen. I named her Capacitor, which I was feeling all clever about, but it really feels more like a Mechanome name. I don't know if I want to give her more of a dwarfy name or just more of a generic name. We're gonna go ahead and use that! Use that! Cooldown! There we go. And you know what? We got Apotheosis back. Do
Interrupt.
I need it? I really don't. Got Stony Tony. I win! Dude. Hey, it's Stony Tony! Heading into Walgreens for my candy. Need that cute purple squiggly. Nice.
Ours is the true path for the Arathi.
This one.
Watch your step.
This one. This one. Cool dance, cool dance.
Interrupt.
Still the name's Thragar and Skarden from the lore. Ooh, those are cool. Yeah, I could just like look at a bunch of Earthen names and then remix them. He's got it in Rage, but I can't help him with that. Or if I can, I don't know how.
Watch
so
your
Red's gonna be
step.
cooldown reduction. I liked using cooldown reduction for
Interrupt.
Palm. Because it's like a pretty short cooldown reduction, but if you do it on Palm, you get like a ton of extra ones. We don't really need this many, we don't really need this many cooldowns yet for just heroic, but it's kind of fun using them anyways. We're warming up for the future.
Are these still strikes, lackeys? Guards! Guards!
One thing I'm definitely not doing enough of yet is damage, but we'll get there.
Watch your feet.
Oh, that's consecration. I see. Okay, well this is going to be a little bit of a project. Thinking of switching to... Yeah, Prevoker's good. Prevoker's very fun. I mained Prevoker for the first 2 seasons of Dragonflight, so I'm not sure what it's like now. Can't imagine they changed it too much. It's a very satisfying spec to master if you really like that progress of like mastering the nuts and bolts of a spec and mastering where the healing needs are in a fight and planning ahead. Oh, I'm gonna mix together. It's like cooking. It's like, oh man, everyone's gonna be hungry during this raid mechanic. I'm gonna save up and mix together. I'm gonna do a big spirit bloom. I'm gonna do a big dream or medium dream breath or whatever. I'm gonna do a temporal anomaly, and you save those up into your stasis, and then you like you know exactly the moment you're gonna unleash that specific combo, and then you know, like, it's just kind of, it's a lot of learning to get to the point where you feel like you have mastery with it. It's not a super straightforward thing to play at the highest level or at a medium high level, but it's really satisfying when you get there. However, if you're not looking for a project like that, then I would maybe pick something else. I felt a definite sense of relief when I switched back to Holy Priest at not having to think quite so hard, because sometimes there's just dust bunnies up here and we don't want to worry about it. Down for a project. Yeah, it's really good then. If you don't like playing ahead, you can play Postvoker. I spent 2 seasons of Dragonflight as a Prevoker main. I don't know if I ever heard anybody make that joke. That's fantastic. So white quality, the white one is just the overhealing thing. This boss is dead anyway. And then Solace is going to be the big shield, the single target one. Prevoker was very fun to play in the last 2 weeks of Season 4 Shadowlands. Good class, will recommend. My main gripe with it was you hand me a lizard. If you really like Dracula, there's nothing better to be. Lily, thank you very much for the 31th resub. I appreciate it.
Watch your feet.
I don't remember. Like, I believe you, I just don't remember. I've erased that from my mind, I guess. It's too long ago. It's been cleared from my RAM. I'm coming. Got KSM on it real last minute.
Beledar is the crucible. It burns away weakness. Its blinding light reveals the strength we Arathi lacked. With an army of the risen, the Arathi will defeat the Nerubians, conquer Khazar, and subjugate the world.
No, such heresy. They defiled the sacred flame by animating the dead. No better than the Corpus.
That's not much damage. Gonna do a little power infusion. Try to catch up. It's a little wee bit here. Wee. Wow. I have a bad habit, especially when I'm new in an instance, just tunnel visioning bars, health bars. No idea what's going on in the room. I have like 5% of my eyeballs making sure I'm not standing in anything, but unless it's like actually under my feet, I'm not gonna see it. Oh, this is so beautiful. This is such a gorgeous place. I want to do the whole thing with my UI hidden. So red is CD reduction.
Watch your step.
I don't think that trash is part of the fight. I think this is actually extra.
Watch your step.
Too long though.
AoE incoming. Watch your step. Watch your step.
That's a lot going on. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Watch your
Yeah,
step.
this is fun. I missed healing. I don't think it's the finest stream content for me because I can't talk because I'm busy. But it's really fun to play. It's very fun to kind of like look at the problem and look at the tools you have and be like, what am I gonna do? You know, I'm the only healer in this group. It's up to me. I've got a little agency. How am I going to solve this problem? And I mean, sometimes the answer is that I'm not. But it's kind of fun to get a swing at it. And we didn't even die. We still got our Darkman Fair buff. Excited to make a healer on retail with the Evoker now. Arscanlon, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. And Quartz, thanks. Quartz. Favorite dungeon reminds me of Halls of Atonement. Not everybody would put those two sentences together with just a comma in between them. This is my favorite dungeon. Reminds me of Halls of Atonement. Not everybody. Oh, you know what? I'm confusing Halls of Atonement with Sanguine, with the Linguini depth side. That's the one that people didn't like. People didn't mind Halls. We're doing Council of Dornegal. Nice. 1650 rep. Let's go. And Soul Thing. What's your favorite class to play? In a War Within. I like Priest. I like being a Holy Priest. And I like being a Shadow Priest. I've been doing both. I liked Sanguine Depths. I kind of liked it too, actually. I liked that Sanguine became Sanguine, became Sanguini, became Linguini, and then I would just get hungry. But it was a cool dungeon. I liked the boss with the, you know what I'm getting at. I was doing side quests. I was doing them down in the Ring Deeps. Let's take the core way this time. It's pretty. Oh, thanks for the anonymous gift sub. Been playing Ret Paladin myself. Nice. Enjoying the side quests. I'm like so excited at the idea of having them all cleared up and off my map on my priest. It's like I really want to treat this like I used to treat a main. I got kind of complacent in the last couple of expansions about just doing content, I guess, that didn't strictly serve a need for me. And I would kind of only do stuff if I felt like I had a good reason to do it. And at least at first, right now, I want to treat, I want to treat it existing as a reason for me to do it. Shall we start this one? Oh, it's a Dark Flame Cleft. Yeah, it's a delve quest. Could do a delve. Should I do a delve? Yeah, let's delve. Why not? Any plans for solo shuffle this expansion? Not currently planning, no. I don't know what my relationship with Arena is going to be. I would be surprised if it was solo shuffle, though. I think I had quite enough of that in that one season that I did it. I think if I did do Arena, I would do Pug 3s. Or I would do half Pug 3s. Me and Flappy plus some victim from LFG. I always clear the map. Difficult to do anymore. Definitely a lot of stuff going on. Sea Jellycleave. Random RBGs. Seems fun. I haven't even started leveling that character yet. I haven't even thought about it. This seems like a good thing to do. Oh, this is a dungeon. I'm dumb. I thought this was a delve. I have a dungeon quest. I have 2 dungeon quests. I have one for Stone Vault and I have one for Dark Flame Cleft. I could like specific queue for either one of them. Just solo the dungeon. I really thought that was about to be a delve. I don't know. Oops. Do I care enough to solo the dungeon? Or not? Like, that's the only problem. Do I care enough to queue for the dungeon? There's the question.
Drakthir get to be the other classes in the next patch. We don't have a date for it yet, but guessing November-ish. At least I don't think we have. Yeah, I could do a follower dungeon. I think a heroic could probably be faster. So I need Dark Flame. I also need Stone Vault. Especially if I'm healing. I think those will be fast queues. Track through double jump and flight on normal classes is gonna be crazy. I think there's a PTR up for 1105, so I think people do know actually more details. I don't know yet, but I think people know. Yeah. About things like visage form in combat. Well, I guess I don't need to stay here for these quests, do I? Sojourner-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more side quest lines. Jinla2, thanks for the gift subs. I am doing boss guides. I have a bunch of them already available for you to watch on my YouTube channel, and the last couple are going to be coming out over the next couple of days. So if you check out the latest videos right there, you can see the most recent ones. There's also going to be a playlist. Yeah. I really appreciate the interest, and I hope that you guys enjoy them and share them with anybody that is looking for boss guides. Yeah, today is Friday, so Rashanan came out today, so there's 3 more coming out. Hello, Hazel. Hope you're doing well today. Hello. I am doing pretty well. I need a big nap, but that's a that's a later me problem. We're kind of improving the sleep schedule lately. We're mixing and matching. New pup is teething, so whiny. Congratulations on the new puppy. He's gonna grow up. He's gonna grow up real quick. I know it seems rough when you're in it. I was there last summer, but it'll be over before you know it. I feel like Moose became a grown-up in like 10 minutes. Now that I'm a year out from it. At the time I was like, this is my life now. It's my life forever. Which fight was the most fun for you to do a boss guide for? I don't know. They're all fun. Very excited for Kai'Faiza. Aw, thanks, Currents. The last one when you finish it, yeah, maybe. I have one more to do, because I'm scheduling them in advance, because I'm actually working ahead of my schedule for once in my actual life. One more to do before I go on vacation. The Onsurek guide, the 8th boss, that video will exist, but as is tradition, it will be late, because that one wasn't raid tested on PTR, or on beta. So I will need to get footage for that on live servers with my guild. And also, historically, I'm gonna do my best, but I historically have a big fat procrastination problem. I think because like I burn myself out a little bit doing the set of raid guides, and then I get to the end of the deadline, so to speak, and I'm like, okay, whew, I'm done, and then I don't want to look at another one. And then I end up getting the footage, and I'm like, oh, just make one more video, and then I'm like, no, because especially because it's like, you know, like there's not like a hard fast deadline like there is for the first 7, so I have historically put out the last one like 2 months late. I'm gonna try and not do that this time, but it's gonna be at least a couple weeks late because I need to get footage. It takes a while for my guild to progress, and then depending on how much I procrastinate, sometimes I'll do it with normal footage, and sometimes I'll wait until I get heroic footage. I'm pretty sure for Farak, I was like almost done farming it on heroic, like our raid was about to take a break, and I'm like, man, I should really put this video out. But it came in handy for season 4 anyway.
Watch your step.
Yeah, Silken Cord is my project for today. That's what I'm going to be working on today after my nap. Procrastination.
Watch your step.
I have a schedule for making videos with a buffer to absorb procrastination days. My procrastination is sometimes schedule based. Like if I'm not close enough to my deadline, then I don't get the fire. One thing that's actually been kind of helpful for me has been continuing to get up early and go to the yoga studio a couple days a week at like 6 a.m. Because if I know the night before, like I'm editing at night, and if I'm on my computer and it's like 11 o'clock and I'm editing a video and I know I'm gonna get up at 5 to get ready to go to yoga, then I'm like, geez, I need to actually finish this so I can get some sleep, because I'm getting up no matter what. I'm registered for this session. I'm not gonna cancel it. I can't cancel it. So I guess I should really get on top of this, whereas when I know I can like sleep in until 8 a.m. or whatever, I'm not as motivated to finish it, and I end up watching YouTube or procrastinating. Had it since high school, then I had to stop it. There are a lot of different reasons why people procrastinate, and there are a lot of different things that you can do to work on it. I have a very hard time with it, and I've been in therapy and working on it, and I am arguably only a tiny bit better. My personal profile of procrastination has a lot to do with anxiety, and it has a lot to do with avoidance and avoidant coping with anxiety, and years and years and years of that pattern being reinforced because I could kind of get away with it. I didn't really learn I didn't really learn good ways to cope with that anxiety aside from just avoiding everything that gave me the scary feelings. And I have a lot of muscle memory of just instantly tuning out and distracting myself the second I get the spookies. So it's a lot of years of bad patterns to unlearn. But that's where mine comes from. But that's not the only thing that can give somebody procrastination. It's just my problem, or at least part of it. But yeah, I've read like a variety of different books that will go at it from different angles, and what works for somebody may not work for other people. This is a really cute boss, by the way. I really like this this model. Your tattoos are beautiful. Why, thank you. Nothing has worked for me so far. Sometimes it's a medical issue. Sometimes it's like an actual diagnosable, medicatable issue. I had such persistent problems that I actually paid substantial money to a registered psychologist to get screened for ADHD, because so many people had told me that I had it, and it turns out that because, you know, Twitch chat, great for a lot of things. Diagnosing mental illnesses, not so much, or disorders or what have you. There's a lot of things that can have similar looking presentations. Can also need to spend a lot of money. It was annoying to spend a lot of money on all that screening and then have it be like, nope, that's not it. But on the other hand, it let me finally accept that that's not it. So I need to not be like, oh, I can't do this because I'm not on medication. I need to continue looking for other solutions that will help me do this, because I really want to change. Not for some idea of being more virtuous, but because I know that I am not living my life, or I had not been living my life fully in a way that I wanted to with my time on Earth. So, don't besmirch the credentials of Twitch chat. But yeah, if sometimes it is worth pursuing a diagnosis for something like that without being completely set on the idea of this is definitely my thing, because even if you relate to a lot of TikToks or whatever, there could be other things that are very real issues that might need different treatment, might have different problems, you know? Yeah, I've also heard that they misdiagnose it in women a lot.
But first, the darkness. Darkness cannot be time to flee. Flee to freedom. We can use big candle cart to escape.
I have yet to find out if there's a diagnosis for just being kind of annoying sometimes. I feel like that's kind of my deal.
Crowd control.
This dungeon is fun. I like that it has skitters in it.
Shockwave.
It is kind of a cool dungeon. I will say that a lot of the practical management techniques for managing ADHD symptoms, like the behavior things, can be very valid and helpful to people even without ADHD if you struggle with some of the same problems. Things like time blocking, body doubling. There's a lot of different things that you can do and that you can try, and if it helps you, it doesn't really matter if you have a diagnosis or not. There's nothing stopping you from trying different techniques and practicing things. Meditation is like a huge one, and it's awful because the people that have the hardest time meditating are the people that benefit the most from successfully meditating. It's like a real paradox where if you really struggle with it and it's really hard for you, you'll probably get a ton of benefit from it if you can be consistent and build up to it. But it's really hard to be consistent when it's really hard for you. It's so easy to just like try it 3 times and be like, I can't do that, I don't have the attention span or whatever, and then never try it again when it could really help your quality of life.
Shockwave.
Yeah, body doubling is not cloning yourself, although I wish. It basically means having like a productivity partner, having another person in either the room or on a call or something that is agreeing to also work on something, sometimes the same thing, for the same amount of time you have. Kind of like a study buddy in school, but you can do it for lots of different things. That's exactly what it is. There's an old quip about meditation, which is that if you don't have 10 minutes to meditate for an hour. You need it. Evil Cookie, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Rye Rose, thank you for the brand new sub. I've never meditated for an hour in my life. The most I ever did was 45 minutes, and I was more zen back then. How is Holy Priest healing so far? Mistweaver main, open to learning other healing specs. I find it really fun. I am playing Oracle for dungeon healing, and I get lots of different toys. I get 4 different toys that I can play with in my premonition toolbox. I don't know where that rogue went, but they're in trouble. Rest in pieces. Also, I've been meant to be doing a knickknacks quest. I've been nabbing no knickknacks. I am knickknackless. Where we need the candles. Candles. Okay. Alright. I should probably help get candles.
Shockwave.
There's a little spooky guy over here. He might get mad at me. He's for later. There you go. I helped. Move that out. Very good. Perfect.
Shockwave.
Pick that up. Perfect. I'll go get another one. There's probably good times in this fight to go get more candle. I don't know what they are. I just kind of go for it. Alright. We are... I'm not ready to leave, actually. I need to run around and see if I can collect some more quest items. I need candles and stuff. It's gonna be bad if I don't. I wonder how much, how dangerous it's gonna be for me to run around here. I would disagree a little bit with the characterizing sit and breathe for 30 minutes as new age and hippie. it's like a really old practice. There's lots of different ways to pursue mindfulness, and there's certainly no wrong answer, but okay, I want, but maybe I'm just a new age hippie. Does kind of sound like me. I want more candles. I'm starting to sound like a kobold. Potion bottles. Oh yeah, there are a lot of ads still in the middle here. I know this person's also on the quest. Oh, thanks. That's really nice. This person's so helpful. Aw. I wonder if it's possible to get back here. Is there like a rope I can grab or something, or am I just like out of luck? One in the dark, I missed it the first time. Let me wowhead this and see. Oh. Oh. Plate of cookies and glass of chocolate milk. Oh, thank you. Am I on the correct side? No, I'm definitely on the wrong side. Is there a way to get back? I wonder. Okay. I might have to do the dungeon again. I don't know if there is a... Oh, clever. Oh yeah. Oh, this is towards the end again, isn't it? No, that's the Candle King. That was the beginning. I definitely forgot that one. I'm also still down at Candle. I'll keep an eye out for it. What do you think about the battle pets they were within so far? They're very cute. I don't have all of them yet. I want to do a day where I just go finish the safari. And collect a lot of the rest of the pets that are at least wild pets. But it's cute. It's fun. I don't find that I need too many of them for battles yet. Like a lot of the daily quests and world quests and stuff. A lot of the world quests are just... This person's so nice. They're just like walking me through all the things that I missed. I don't even know if they know the stream or anything. I think they're just a very helpful bystander. Thank you. I'm sure I can find like a candle somewhere. One day I will level my battle pass. They gave us the 1800 achievement and a family battler for Kazalgar. I wonder if there were candles here. Don't remember which red candle I missed, honestly. Maybe the middle one? Directly behind the second boss. I don't know which one I missed. I'll poke around for it. I came in here to do this quest. I'm going to finish it. What is the 1800 pet collected achievement? Oh. My friend got the Imperial Lynx mount. Nice. Choose the trainers with level 1 pets. They're quickly leveling up and I'm running out. Oh no. So this is Blaziken? Yeah, so there was a red candle in this room. I must have gotten it. Left side under the hut stalls you start the minecart sequence. I swear I got that one. Maybe it was at the start of the dungeon. The Candle King was the start of the dungeon. I'm gonna check the very beginning. I had to do it twice to get the one in the Darkness Hall. Yeah. Yeah. Might have to... I don't really wanna... Can I just loot the same candle in a new dungeon? I'm just gonna say thanks for all your help. And then I'm gonna leave because I don't want to run around anymore. I'm planning to stream today for at least another 30 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna be on extra long tomorrow. The drop promotion is going all the way until late September. So we can do these ones again. Yeah. Extra long stream tomorrow. Can't wait. I'm not sure exactly how long, but we're gonna make it festive. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be fun. Disenchant these. I feel like whenever I get BOEs, I shouldn't DE them, especially when they're blue. Or like the warband stuff, I should probably stick it in my bank. I have... Oh, actually, I have an Explorer Band on. I have an upgraded Explorer Band. I have 2 upgraded Explorer Bands. The Adventure Band would upgrade higher, but like, I'm gonna get better than Adventure. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna save my Valor Stones. Yeah, it starts the same time tomorrow. That's right. Assuming I don't accidentally sleep in or something. Very cute. Not at all terrifying. Let's use one of our glamours. Da-da-da-da. Oh. I don't know if I would have picked the orange hair with the pink dress. We got 20 minutes. 20 minutes of glamour. Why are gnomes so cute? Favorite part of leveling my character? Being able to tame little tide skippers. Their arms are so floppy, it's amazing. Their running animation slays me every time. It's so good. Oh, look at all these demon hunters. Wow. So for this quest in this dungeon, I need to make sure I'm collecting 4 diagnostics. I'm going to try a little harder to actually do the quest this time around and not just assume I'm going to get it done by virtue of being in the dungeon. It's a different quest, but same principle. Very big fan of magical power leaking out of someone's eyes. I would 100% buy a glyph that instead of the eye glow, if my priest just had tears, golden glowing
Watch your step.
tears running down her face from her eyes, just crying continuously. That would be so sick. It would also be funny. Because what are healers if not crying? Can't stop crying.
Shockwave.
Trinket was sobbing. That was sobbing every time you logged in. I don't know which race it is that cries like that.
What's this?
Moreau's tears come to mind as well.
Something else? Metallic earthen technology enhanced with magical augments.
I don't think I've done this dungeon. I need to make sure there's one diagnostic we can get. Orcs. Female orc. I know that when female orcs die, they go. Because I used to
Watch
play a
your
female
step.
orc hunter and I would feign death, and it was so dramatic.
Laser on you. Run.
So when they say run. My warlock doing that all the time. Fell energy.
Laser on watch your step. Run.
I imagine it just like staining our clothes.
Laser on you. Run. Watch your step. Laser on you. Run.
Looks like the main door is locked.
Oh, we lost
Either one of
our
these paths should lead us to an access console.
we lost our tank. Oh no. Oh, we got a new one. Godlike Nerd, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Echo, but Scoots is absolutely right. This is not the place to hash it out, so we're just not gonna. Dearie me. I don't think I even did this dungeon on beta. It's kind of neat. Port speakers. Void speaker. Did the tank loot a trinket? I don't know. But even if he didn't, if he was farming for one, then it doesn't matter. They'd be leaving anyway. What else we got? Oh no, someone else left! It's not the tank this time. It was the shaman. What's going on in this dungeon? Group's falling apart. Ah, there's somebody back in. It doesn't seem that disruptive. If they can backfill this quickly, it's kind of no skin off my back. We're not sitting around for hours waiting for somebody to fill in. This is very scary, and I'm going to press a variety of buttons and try to fix it. I don't know if it was a big pull or what. Also, I've been reading chat every time that the Molten Mortar cast happens, and then I just look on my screen and I see a huge fireball, and I go, oh, it's a good thing I'm not on Mythic right now. This is so pretty. I don't normally like super dark, underground feeling industrial settings like this, but this is so cool. I love how the steam makes it all atmospheric.
Intruders detected. Defense protocols activated.
Intruders detected.
Watch your step.
Measures on.
Exhaust.
Watch your
Lava cannon. Ooh, that's a big old meatball.
run to edge of room.
Okay, if you say so. Oh! Run to the edge of the room. Why? I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think my character has ears anymore. I think they're on the inside of my head.
Watch your step.
That's awesome.
Run.
Sometimes it says run, and it's really unclear to me from what.
Watch your step.
I have DBM giving me audio alerts.
Look for another main cart.
One heck of a boss in Mythic Plus.
Use it.
Control with the voice lines for Hazel. It is something that I'm sure is possible. Perhaps a few of you have been doing dungeons with the Hazel DBM voice pack. I will run it personally over my own dead body, though. Nothing sounds like a worse idea than having myself give me DBM alerts. Both cringe and meta, and just horrifying. I just clicked on a thing. I don't know if it was a good idea. Are we going this way? We are going this way. I'm coming. Oh yeah, there they are. Sometimes I can't see... Not that it should matter, I should know where I'm going, but not that... Sometimes I can't see my teammates on the minimap. And it's kind of a problem. 13% indicating that. Very nice. If you want to keep working on it even after I end stream, find any WoW stream that has drops enabled,
Fused with scarred and corruption?
which should be most of them.
Fascinating.
Watch your
And
step.
you can mix and match. You don't have to earn it all on my stream.
Watch your step. AOE incoming.
Voice in my head talking me too much to have it done in game too.
Watch your step.
Heroic dungeons have a minimum item level. I forget what it is. Chat might know. But if you can't queue for them yet, you might need to get your item level up a little bit. Oh, I got boots. Didn't really need them though. Also, before I leave,
Look for a
before I
service
forget,
station nearby. You should be able to take a main cart
I have a
back
bad
to
feeling I
Central
missed one of
Process.
these consoles, and I'm gonna have to go scrambling back through the whole dungeon to figure out which one I missed. Hazel reacts to
There he
Hazel
is.
doing Mythic Dungeons with the Hazel voice pack.
Beyond saving.
Oh no.
Seems like poetic justice, but let's finish this.
You had gone too far past it for me to make you turn around.
Attack totem.
Attack totem.
Shockwave. Attack totem.
I'm gonna give somebody
Shockwave.
PI, and I'm going
Attack
to hit
totem.
Premonition
Watch your
and
step.
Apotheosis. And I'm going to wing myself for safety.
Shockwave. Watch your step. Shockwave.
See, nothing
Attack
that people can't
totem.
fix. I don't know what the knockbacks are about. They're awful,
Attack totem. Watch your step.
but we made it.
Shockwave.
Took a couple of... I'm probably standing at a frontal. Is that frontal literally called frontal? Is that... He really just did that. I wonder if there's like a second word that wasn't showing up on my preview. I respect it. Listen, sometimes you just gotta say what you mean.
Shockwave.
Frontal. Oh, I see. It's got to be one of my add-ons, or maybe it's like Blizzard, because it says it said Unbridled Void on his actual unit frame. Move to Void Rift. This thing?
Shockwave.
So much for improving.
Spread.
Did that earlier today too. Thanks. I'm glad it's not just me. It seemed like such a good idea. Alright, well we got one console in here, and I bet you we can find the other one if we just wander around for a while. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's Plater. I just thought for a minute that they had made the actual mechanic called frontal, or like they had originally had it there as a placeholder and then forgotten to change it. Would have been incredible. So there must be a missing console by either Skarmorak or the Machinists. The question is, which one did I forget? Skarmorak is closer, so I'm just going to check that. And then if it's not that, I'll go back and do the other one. If we assume that there's one by each boss. Nothing a good run can't fix. If I check on the Wowhen, first one is behind Edna. We got that. Second is bottom of the stairs, to the left, right. Oh, to the left, right before the Fort Speakers. So we got this one, so that's good. So, bottom of the stairs to the left. Because we got the one in the last room, and we just checked the one for Skarmorak. Still don't know where to run. Not that way. What shall we do for 20 minutes? That's not Void Speakers, is it? No, that's Skarmorak again. I must have gotten turned around. Don't mind me. Out for a little run. Maybe we'll do this for 20 minutes. I appreciate the intent, but if I haven't asked for help, I would appreciate... it throws off my groove a little sometimes. I'm gonna find it the same amount of time no matter what. Oh. We're gonna head this way. 20-minute ore grade. Do you guys have a favorite dungeon so far? Like, of the... Because there's quite a few of them. I don't actually know which 4 we're getting for the first season, or at least I don't remember which 4 we're getting for the first season. I feel like I like Priory, but I don't know if I've actually done all of them since the game launched. Sacred Flame because of the music. All of them that aren't Dawnbreaker. Do we have Dawnbreaker in the first season? Bottom of the stairs to the left, right before Forge Speakers. So that's Forge Speakers. Those are some stairs. That's a minecart. That's the shortcut. That's not what we want. Haha, there we go. Both Ashka hit ones, Dawnbreaker and Stone Vault. Okay. Cinderbrew Meadery. I think Cinderbrew's really cute. Hazel got her groove back. Watch that movie. Wish we had all the War Within ones for at least the first season. Dawnbreaker in season 1! No! Oh. Oh yeah, I guess I can just leave instancing. 93 gold. Less than 25 gold per diagnostic. That'll be good though. Cinder bees give me life. I think that dungeon is just so cute. It's just got such cute vibes. You know what? I guess I could try to do Darkflame Crest again just to finish that. I don't know. That quest must be the end of a quest line. I must get some kind of Sojourner progress for doing it. You'd think. Maybe I should do it just to vanquish the candles. Favorite dungeon ever? The skywriting feels good. I don't know if I've actually done it on live. I've heard that people have difficulty like kind of corralling their group with it though, and that was definitely my beta experience as well. The City of Threads vendor NPCs say, "Here I am," and "Okay, bye." So now they are my favorite. Like Meadery the most, reminds me a lot of Storm Stout Brewery's best bits. Hazel, are you still nutty? You crack me open, it's just a bunch of almonds in here. I despise Dawnbreaker. Oh man. Am I rich? No, not really. I haven't really spent a lot of gold on professions today. I guess I should see if I still have... I still have 1 Crystalline Radiance to sell. So that's another 20k, but I did spend a bunch of gold on patron orders. I have a lot of acuity for it though. I'm sitting on 425 acuity. I could definitely either buy knowledge or look into getting a piece of profession gear crafted. If I get more enchanting knowledge, I'm probably going further into Arathi enchantments. That's probably where that's going. I think I'm better off at least, well... At this point, I think I might like to get an enchanting rod. I could even do it myself. Oh no, I can't! I can't because I didn't spec the points into being able to make them! I would still need to work order it from a different enchanter. Because a good enchanting rod, a ruined nullstone rod, is going to give me a flat 10 skill up. And it's going to give me a concentration refund. So, plus I could guarantee a specific crafting stat on it. I'm pretty happy with resourcefulness, but I could guarantee that I get resourcefulness again. I have not seen the Seaspark map. Are hazelnuts actually your nut of choice? I like hazelnut as a flavor in like coffee drinks. I don't really get nuts very often because they're kind of expensive. They're kind of expensive, but I like hazelnuts. I like almonds too. Almonds are yummy. Am I cute for that? I am cute for that. Ellie Cat, thanks very much for the gift subs. Dawnbreaker's fine with a pre-made group if people don't know where to go before second boss. Oh, that's gonna be me. I'm not gonna know where to go. That's a really cute emote. What actually is your favorite kind of tree nut? I need a list of tree nuts. I can't. I'm out of school too long. I can't remember which ones are tree nuts off the top of my head. List of tree nuts. Because I would be aghast to provide you with the name of a legume. Tree nuts included are almonds, Brazil nuts, cashews, hazelnuts, macadamia nuts, pecans, pine nuts, pistachio nuts, and walnuts. I actually love pine nuts. I could just like... like a squirrel. Also too expensive to buy on the regular, but like toasted pine nuts on a salad? It's good stuff. Alinda Elderbark, thank you very much for the gift subs. What an elegant name. They keep calling you Hazelnutty in the WoW Variety Show. It felt wrong. Just think of you as Hazel. I do as well. Zelatath called me Hazelnutty. And I guess that's my brand, but it's funny to me because I always used to start my videos with, "Hi, I'm Hazel from Hazelnutty Games." With the Hazelnutty just being part of the Hazelnutty Games. It was just part of like the channel. It's not my name. But I have I've decided to let it go. If someone wants to call me Hazelnutty, that's fine. Beautiful people, hope all is well today. Hello. Love making pesto, but don't often because pine nuts are so expensive. When I have fresh basil, I will make cheap pesto by basically just doing basil, garlic, olive oil, salt, pepper, maybe a little lemon juice. I'll just make it without the pine nuts, basically. Oh, Parmesan, of course. You have to have cheese. But if I want to make it cheap, I'll just use cheap parm and like a homegrown basil, and that gets the job done. It's not quite as traditional as pine nut pesto, but it saves like 20 bucks. It's like, how valuable is the pine nut component to you, you know? You go into debt eating pine nuts, I swear. And it's like, the pine trees are everywhere. I don't actually know if pine nuts are from pine trees. I don't know why they're so expensive. I guess there's fir trees everywhere. Pine nuts are the edible seeds of pines. Maybe they're just like really labor intensive to harvest out of pine cones and stuff. Also, in this dungeon, I need to keep my eye bones peeled.
Watch your step.
For my last candle. I need one more red candle. I think it's in the darkness section. But I need to be really on top of checking for it. Eyes open. Can't lose. This
Watch
tank
your
is
step.
pulling like we're in a competition. What is happening? Ugh. It's a heroic dungeon, my guy.
Watch your step.
I mean, I guess we're gonna be in and out of it real fast. I can't
Watch your
complain. If
step.
you can tank it, you can tank it. But, oh man. Keeping a lookout for candles. If they live it. I love those texts. I am strong like bull. I'm strong. Shiny, shiny, shiny. I wonder if they're RPing as an MDI tank. Shadow Priest question. Running out of mana, casting so many flash heals. If you're specced into the damage reduction from Fade, and you get into the habit, it's not going to completely fix your problem, but you get into the habit of, I don't spam flash heal a lot. I try to, I mean, I'm not very good at it, but I try to pre-fade incoming damage. I will use my Power Word Shield for mobility, and then I'll also get the shield from that. And then I will use Vampiric Embrace. And that's very good, especially if you've got like a lot of damage you can do. That'll pick your healing up a lot. But part of it's just gear, especially if you're early in the gearing process. Ungeared Shadow Priests are just really squishy. It's just kind of dangerous. I don't know where the other people have gone, really. They're dead. We're going this way, I guess. This is not my favorite kind of dungeon, especially when I'm trying to like look for my candle. I bet you it's in the minecart area. You know, took candles. I know took one candle. I was busy. Just keep an eye out. It's red. I know what it looks like at least.
Target you. AOE incoming.
Does it show on the mini-map? Mine's not showing on my map. Whoa, also, I probably shouldn't check right now, I forgot. I'm gonna look for it. Because I'm tracking the, oh, I guess you said mini-map. I was looking at my actual map. Having a moment. I'll keep an eye on that. Paint that one red, they're being way too picky. We're painting the candles red. Oh, speaking of, there are people leaving. There's 2 people leaving. People are really trying to farm specific trinkets out of heroic dungeons. Come on. How long are you going to use that for? You're going to use it for like 5 minutes. I guess people really want like a huge edge at the beginning of the tier. Yeah, like Mythic Zero is starting soon. I guess people want to be like ready for Mythic Zero or whatever, but it's probably just because there's not really a lot of other avenues to gear. So for a while, people are going to be kind of like metagaming quite hard, even in heroic dungeons. How's Oracle Hero Talent treating you? It's good. I'm still learning what's what. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what's going on. You gotta choose to do delves. Pre-bountiful delve bis. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, keeping an eye on my mini-map for that last candle. I'm hungry. I was like starving for breakfast this morning and I couldn't figure out why, and then I remembered it was because I was up really late and then up really early. And your body needs more food when you're not sleeping because it's awake. I ended up eating the donut from yesterday. It was pretty stale. It wasn't that stale. It was a little stale. It's pretty good. My dog really wanted it, which was not happening in that chocolate donut. Also, even if it didn't, it's a donut. It's not for Moose. But he was like, "What do you have, Mom?" He has a real good puppy dog eyes face.
Shockwave.
Hazel, I feel like I could see you as a biology teacher in another life. That is a compliment of the highest order. I loved my biology teachers. They were such happy nerds. They were so stoked about like cell structure and bacteria and photosynthesis. They were so happy about all of it.
Move to statue.
Which was great. That's all you want, is you want a teacher that is excited about that stuff to get you excited about it. One day I'm gonna put my butt against the back wall and stop getting punted over the stairs. I got the best trinket, which turns me into Spider-Woman. Marine biology was always a consideration for me, but I was never serious about it. As a kid, marine biology was one of those like adult careers that came up as an option a lot. I think because we just liked dolphins. Dolphins were like a thing in the 90s and early 2000s, and I don't know, I feel like there was some desire to work with dolphins, but I think you have to have a real tough skin and like heart to work in marine biology now, because if you really love the ocean and everything in it, I feel like the reality of present day is just heartbreaking. And also, this is my candle. I found my candle. You would need to be so tough to be able to just watch it all basically just disappear right before you. And try not to lose hope, basically. That would be so hard. You would have to be so mentally tough. Which was not part of the package when we were thinking about, like, sea turtles as a kid. Dolphin core was real. Remember the tiny dolphin ankle tattoos? I'm glad that I became of tattooing age after that era of thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know if I would regret one if I had it, but by the time I was ready to start getting tattoos, there was more of an emphasis on things that were individually meaningful for you, and I think that did me well. That did right by me, because I didn't end up with barbed wire or Chinese characters that I couldn't understand, or tribal tattoos that I didn't understand, or dolphins.
Crowd control.
Oh, what's going on? We're just killing mobs by the cart.
Crowd control.
We're talking about tattoos. We were talking about actual dolphins. We pivoted to tattoos. At least just for a moment.
Shockwave.
What if on my vacation I see orc? I would be so happy. I'll be happy anyway, but... I remember Sporty Spice, Mel B, had like the... I don't remember if she had the tribal or the barbed wire, but she had like a Chinese character tattoo, and that was such a vibe at the time. I was also a big Spice Girls fan as a kid, so would have been an emulation risk for me. Imagine alternate universe Hazel with Post Malone levels of face tatting and a decent online rap. I don't know if there's any timeline of me that has a rap career. Woman of taste. Is Sporty Mel C? Oh, I'm so sorry. I took a gamble. I guessed wrong. B is scary. Pardon me. You're absolutely right. Mel C had the pipes. I love her ad libs on Too Much. I could rock that part all day. Little Haze. The correct and official rap alter ego name for me is Young Nutty. Let's just clear that up. What happens if you make young part of your rap name and then you get old? What happens when you grow up? Been listening to Young Nutty all the way back since Raid Guide Girl. You know, I thought about doing a remix for Raid Guides this season, but I didn't have enough time. I also didn't have any good musical ideas. But I wanted to do a trap remix of Raid Guide Girl. I want a Young Nutty Halloween costume. Oh dear. I thought you would have changed it after yesterday to DJ Bootyquake. Listen, DJ Bootyquake is an original, and I can't plagiarize like that. So Raid Guide Girl's a real deep cut Hazel reference. One of my member videos from a couple years ago, must have been, I don't know. So basically, to back up, I have YouTube members, which is like Patreon, but it's built into YouTube. There's a couple different tiers, but at the $10 tier, which is the highest one that I offer, I do exclusive video every month that's Hazel's home videos, so they're just like little cute, like little behind the scenes. A lot of like Moose and Kira, and there's like baking and stuff, basically. And for one of them at the time I was working on raid guides, so I made a little song. Not like a fully produced song or anything. I think it was a completely unproduced song, with a cut of just me at my computer editing. And I'm glad that there are still people that are out here believing in it. But yeah, if you're a YouTube member, you get the whole back catalog, so it's in there somewhere. I actually really like those home videos, even though they're not usually super long. But I actually like them a lot just because they're all things that are like meaningful or important to me, or just like fun, cute memories for me. So I actually use them as home videos, and sometimes I'll watch them back and I go, "Oh, I remember that fishing trip," or "Look at how cute baby Moosey is," or what have you. Also, not me being of no help whatsoever. This poor hunter's having to do everything. I've been paying no attention and accomplishing nothing.
Shockwave.
One of the really early ones. Watch that on stream as a teaser. I don't know, the whole thing's probably only like a minute long. I also don't want to overhype them up. It's not highly produced content for that. It's mainly just like a cute little thank you for supporting me. I think people that are paying for YouTube members are mainly trying to just support the channel. Kind of like Patreon was. It was more like a thank you than anything else. Perfect length for a teaser. What's the goofiest member video I ever did? There was one where I modeled all my sweaters. We did a little dance, and I was ranking my favorite sweaters from my illustrious sweater collection. Thanks, Swordman. Alright. We did it. We've completed something. I don't even know if those were useful for a Sojourner. I don't think they were. I think I didn't make any. I think I tried for the whole stream, more or less. I did a lot of professions. I don't think I made any progress on Sojourner, but you know what? I did a couple of dungeons, so I got some Valor Stones for that. I got some practice. You know, can't complain about that. I'm happy. Any of those sweaters still in rotation? Oh, all of them. I don't replace those things very often. I have more now. I have some extra hoodies that I didn't have back then. I've been on kind of a hoodies and sportswear kick, but yeah, all of those sweaters I still have. I'm pretty sure. I think the only one actually that might be rotated out is if the bonsai sweater is in there. That's the one that got cursed by hair shavings, really short shards of hair from when I was buzzing my hair. It got mixed up in the laundry and it got like really into the fuzzy part, and no matter how much I lint rolled and dried it and vacuumed it and brushed it and like tweezed them out, still like 100,000 hair shards in it. It's really itchy now, so I have kept it because it's a really like sick vintage sweater. But I think one day I might just like frame it or something to hang up in my wall because it's not worth wearing it. It just hurts. It's like a real life hair shirt. Yeah, unfortunately. I learned a good lesson that day. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, sometimes my spine is just like a slinky. Accordion. Up, down. All right. I'm done for the day. It happened so fast. I'll be back tomorrow, though. And tomorrow, I'm celebrating my birthday. I'm going to be here starting at the same time. We'll probably go a little later tomorrow. Not crazy, but you know, we'll do a fun stream. I appreciate the company. Thank you for joining me today. Enjoy the beginning of your weekend. Thank you for checking out the raid guides in advance if that is something that you are doing. Appreciate all the support on those. Supan, thank you for the brand new sub. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.